Welcome to CineQuest Video.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. It's a pretty amazing planet we live on here, and a man would have to be some kind of fool to think we're all alone in this universe.
There is a hidden world where ancient evil weaves a modern mystery.
What's going on here? Is this some kind of...
Magic. The darkest magic.
They call it Little China.
Finally, we shall bring order out of chaos.
It's where Big Trouble was waiting for Jack Burton.
Who? Jack Burton. Me.
Jack!
Jack?
Jack!
They told him to go to hell.
You make one move.
And that's just where he's going.
Somebody, I don't care who, tell me what is going on.
How are you gonna spring us?
I have no idea. There are many mysteries, many unanswerable questions, even in a life as short as yours.
My destiny rests in your capable hands.
Hey, I'll do my best.
Oh God, is this really happening?
This is gonna take Cracker Jack timing, Wang. 1, 2, 3. We may be trapped.
Total concentration.
Safety. Oh, yeah.
You ready, Jack?
I was born ready.
Way to go, Jack.
Jack Burton's coming to rescue your summer.
Hey, what more can a guy ask for?
20th Century Fox presents Kurt Russell in John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China.
It's all in the reflexes.
Okay, welcome to CineQuest Video, the podcast that delves deep into those VHS classics of the modern day format and beyond. There you go. Hitting it perfectly every single time, Roland. Very good.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about the movie Big Trouble in Little China. But before we get into that, let me introduce the persons on this episode. My name is Ray, and in studio we have
Bryce.
Bryce returning after a little bit of an absence. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And then we have back in the RGV.
Hooray.
Back me.
Back in the RGV.
Roland.
Dude,
So
we gotta make that song now. And we also have Daniel up in Washington.
Yes,
Says
hello.
Yes, hello, yes.
Hey, is it still
Yeah.
cold up there, man?
Yeah, finally like the snow fucked off, but it's like in the 30s and 40s for the most part.
Nice, nice.
Like 70 degrees right now, or 75. I was like, almost 80. It's kind of hot
It's
outside, actually.
it's
kinda,
pretty nice though.
Kind of
I mean,
balmy.
Yeah.
Sounds awful. Fucking under a heated blanket right now, fucking just like got a fucking Afghan thrown over me, just like yeah. Well, I'm also too cheap to run the fucking heat.
I was, you know what, man? I'm the same fucking way. Of course, you don't really need to down here, but I'm the same way, man. I even if I was probably living up there and somewhere with snow, I probably would not run the fucking heater.
Nah, dude,
I'm
I'm
a cheap,
like a little bit for the cats, and then like in the mornings, I'll like turn the heat barely a little bit in like the office to just warm it up before I like drink coffee or whatever. But
well, I'm like you, man. I'm just, I guess, if lack of a better word, yeah, probably cheap. It reminds me of like the Christmas Carol. We're talking about how Scrooge he liked the cold because cold was cheap.
Hey, I prefer.
But yeah, I mean, but
the,
hey, it's winter and my fucking light bill's $50. So
nice.
Fuck yeah, man.
That
like,
makes it all worth
That's
it.
what's up.
Even like during the summertime, I'll just open the windows and turn on the fan and see how long I can take it before I have to turn the air conditioner.
Summertime? No,
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
I don't even have an AC in my unit, man.
Nah, man, I'll do it till like I can't take it anymore. Then I'll turn on the fucking air conditioner.
Well, yeah, you guys don't need them, right, Daniel? Like it doesn't ever get above like what? 60,
yeah,
70
we do need them.
Oh, really? Oh,
no, fuck no, dude. It gets hot as fuck here, man, because there's like all this basalt in the area. So, yeah, like the first time or the first summer when I was up here, I was like, why is it fucking like San Antonio up here? Like, what the fuck? Like, I moved way the fuck away.
You promised you'd be different.
Yeah.
And then winter hit and it was like fucking like 8 degrees during like January for like 2 weeks. I was like, man, what the fuck, man? Like, where did I move to?
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking life on Mars. Great.
So I'll take this kind of more mild winter. If it does this while I'm here, that's fine. Like a little bit of snow, like that's it.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, so this is the episode we were going to be doing for our February, and it was kind of coincidental because for our second installment of CineQuest of the month, we are doing the horror trilogy of the Apocalypse Trilogy. Bryce is shaking his head again. And that is also a John Carpenter movie. And we just so happened to do we're doing another John Carpenter movie, which is Big Trouble in Little China, which came out in 1986, July 2nd, 1986.
I'm liking this trend. We should throw in another John Carpenter flick after the Apocalypse Trilogy movie.
Well, I'm pretty sure John Carpenter's going to show up again. We have plenty of action movies. We have horror movies.
Are you sure this is part of a trilogy?
Great to watch. Escape from New York.
Well, I'm glad.
Is this somehow fucking? Is this somehow like a tied into Escape from New York? And
well,
shit?
I'm glad you brought that up, Bryce, because Daniel brought up a point the last time that we are kind of in the trenches of the Wang-verse.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
The Wang.
How's that?
And because we did Three Ninjas, which had
the
grandfather, who was Mr. Wang there. I say Mr. Wang, but I mean
the Wang Cinematic Universe.
the Wang Cinematic Universe, yeah. Victor Wang, let me just get his name correct. Then we've done, we're doing Big Trouble in Little China. He is the
Egg Shen.
He's Egg Shen. He's like the good wizard, the good witch, whatever you want to call him.
I like wizard.
The good
the peasant wizard or whatever.
Yeah. Well, he actually
peasant sorcerer.
Yeah. He's actually apparently in the movie he's supposed to be very rich, but Kurt-Russell doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
He owns a city block apparently.
I think the quote is he goes this is he owns a whole block. He's a very rich man, and then Kurt-Russell goes, "Rich? This place is a dump." Okay. Because he has that fucking huge ass warehouse. Yeah. And then we're doing Prince of Darkness coming up, and that also has Victor Wang in there as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So far that's 3 movies with Victor Wang. I think that's I think
so. It's safe to say.
I mean, when Tremors comes up, we're gonna add that.
We're
also gonna have the other 3 ninja movies eventually.
Yeah,
so.
and he's in those too. So
that's true.
The Wongaverse.
Whenever you need a stereotypical like Chinese guy, like he's there.
Originally,
somebody to play Chinese.
Originally, the character of Egg Shen was supposed to go to Pat Morita. I'm just joking.
Oh no shit!
No, I'm just joking.
No.
Oh, fuck you! You did a me. Holy shit!
I can smell it all the way over here. That's nice.
Oh, that would have been so delicious, though.
Don't let it toy with your emotions.
Right. I just thought of it. I thought I had to throw it out before I fucking forgot it. Yeah.
Or what if it was George Takei?
No.
Oh my god. Oh damn, awesome. That would actually.
George Takei as Egg Shen.
Yeah.
Damn. Against Lopan. Can you imagine that
fight? With a little something.
Yeah.
It always starts as nothing.
I'm a wizard. Yes.
Or would he be better as Lopan?
George Takei's
that would be cool. Actually, yeah.
I could see that.
But he doesn't really.
Just imagine that scene where Lopan's doing the thumb thing, like. Just imagine that.
I mean, that's mostly what makes me laugh so much about Lopan. Whenever he
his attacks are
tries to
like, when he shoots his eye laser
high
bullshit
voice like.
Yeah, he has that high pitched
when he dies.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
I like when he's playing the old man, his old man form. He's on the phone.
Eyes.
His arms just fucking shaking like crazy.
I love that actor though, man. He's so
he's fucking great.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And he was in Three Ninjas 2 briefly, wasn't he? No, it was another guy who was in The Tick, actually, the Amazon one.
I'm not too sure. I don't really recall too much of that show.
The only other one I really know is
if you watched The Tick and Walter, who is like Arthur's stepdad or whatever in it, he is in that opening scene in Three Ninjas where they do like the fake exchange and the guy gets like knocked into the boat after getting shot or whatever.
Okay.
In that scene, that dude is there. So, and that was the dude I was thinking of, but it's not that other dude.
From Wayne's World 2.
Sorry, I have not slept since yesterday, so I'm a little loopy.
Hey, I like everything done.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Great.
And I've been drinking all day just to compensate, just to level off.
Now, wait,
so it's gonna be a good episode, guys.
Just really quick, the guy that
what's up?
I'm just trying to. I know it's true, but I'm just kind of wrap my head around it. The guy who is the father of, I forgot her name in the fucking Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Really?
Of Tia Carrere's character.
Yeah, Tia Carrere's character, but what's her name?
Dreamweaver.
All right, I can see it. Hold on.
My keyboard is all the way on my desk over there. I can't.
Shit.
Damn it! Now you got me fucking.
No, I'm kind of thinking about that now. Hold on.
Roland to the rescue. Get after it. Contribute.
I was gonna say Roxanne, but it's not Roxanne.
Hold on.
God damn it! This is completely like brought this episode to a halt because we can't remember. God damn it!
I can see Wayne saying it. Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's Cassandra's father. Is Lopan.
Yeah, well, I mean, the actor.
The actor.
Now that would be fucking amazing, dude. Like, Wayne comes in just like Lopan.
His name,
he wants to take my
his name is Jeff.
They start shooting fucking laser eyes.
I do not mind. She does not have the green eyes.
Yeah, his name is Jeff.
Just Jeff.
Okay, so let's get into a bit of a synopsis of this movie. We do have the main character played by Kurt-Russell, who is Jack Burton, and he's a truck driver. And pretty much the movie starts off with him going into, I guess, a little place in Chinatown. What is
his truck is called the Pork Chop Express.
Yeah. It's an import-export place, right?
That's
what
right.
it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I love how the beginning part of the movie when Kurt Russell's on the fucking CB radio fucking talking to whoever's happens to be out there.
Himself.
He fucking basically has a non sequitur where he's like, guys, like Jack Burton always just say, back when I was my ex-wife or whatever, I never drive faster than I can see, and it's all about the reflexes or some bullshit like that. So he's just like throwing in that stupid catchphrase like unnecessarily, but the whole first sequence is like a whole non sequitur.
Speaking of the CB radio, y'all are familiar with ham radio?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, our very own Jamie and Brian are transmitting through that shit, and it's funny is because the other day when yesterday when we were going to the restaurant to go eat, we're passing through, and then Jamie has to do like his little call sign and shit on the fucking radio. Oh. I'm like, most people listen to music while we're driving. Yeah. We're just listening to static, and someone saying, "Oh, are y'all gonna make a call in there, or y'all gonna check in?" And then Jamie checks in and puts his thing down, and all we hear is.
Oh, so he's a ham radio.
And I'm just like, son of.
Is that what that wire? Is that what that antenna is?
That is what the antenna is on his car right now.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ!
You know what? It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
On Bacon Guns, Texas 90 or 69.
Oh my god! Yeah. So I used to have a neighbor every night. He would get on his fucking ham radio, and I know this because my fucking computer speakers picked it up. So for hours, dude, at night I would hear, "Oh yeah, I'm so and so now. I'm here in the deep south, deep south." I'm just really, motherfucker. Like, who are you talking to?
My grandfather used to have an old police scanner, and that shit was fun to get on at night because I guess like back before it was like all digital and everything. You could pick up cell phone calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one time I picked up one of this guy calling his girlfriend. He's like, "Yeah, baby, he's like, I'm gonna lick you all over when I get home," and all this shit. It was so fun. I was like, "Man, this is awesome." As a kid, like listening to that shit.
Yeah, sure. It's juicy, man. It's practically a Spice Channel right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Educative.
my neighbor was using it to try to sell drugs, and they busted him eventually.
Like calling all smokers, calling all smokers,
idiot. If
like my Doja Express, like what the fuck is he doing?
Speakers were picking this shit
That's
up.
ridiculous.
Like, anybody with a fucking like amp or some shit would. Idiot.
Yeah, we picked that up. Like,
yeah.
Oh
wow.
So fucking annoying, dude.
Well, who the fuck's gonna be on? I don't know. Anyways, that's funny.
Idiots. I don't know, man. Fuck morons. Oops.
So as far as Kurt Russell at this import-export place, it's raining outside, and he's like gambling or playing dominoes with the local employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Chinatown. Yeah, like
and
he brings pigs to Chinatown. Then he's like partying
with,
and drinking with these dudes.
We're introduced to the next character, which is Wang. I always thought it was. He says Wayne, right? He calls him Wayne.
Yeah, it's like Wayne. Yeah, but it's like Wang Fee or something like that, or Wang He or something like that.
And he owns a restaurant.
Yeah, Wang Chi.
With one.
He's a business owner as well.
Wang Chi.
And I guess just a long story short on that, which kind of like propels the fact that Kurt Russell sticks with him through the whole movie, is that he wants to get paid because they make a bet or they're playing the game. Kurt Russell wins. And then Wang is kind of pissed off about the fact that he lost his money. I
love this scene. Like,
yeah, you want to describe it, Daniel?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
So Wang is all like butthurt, as you were saying, and he has a knife, and he's so pissed off. He actually takes this, it's like almost like a cleaver,
like a fucking kitchen cleaver. Yeah.
Yeah, and he fucking slams into the table. And Kurt was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And I thought this line was fucking funny. He's like, "I thought that just racial differences aside, we were just, two old friends, Californians or whatever." And I was like, "What the fuck?" That was such an unnecessary line. So, so then Wang says, double or nothing, that he can take his knife and in one slice have a bottle. So
last fucking bottle.
Yeah.
Long story short,
so he fucking tries, and it fucking ends up rocketing across the fucking table up at Kurt Russell's face, but he fucking catches it. And then once again, the catch line, it's all in the reflexes. It's all in the reflexes. God damn that line.
You get the little teaser to like Wong's bullshit where it's like, man, it used to work. It works in what does he say? What do you say?
Works at home. And he's like, we'll invite me over dinner some year. And
it's like, oh, like later on, he's still bullshitting about it. Like, my mind and my body were not in alignment. I'm all messed up here. That's why I couldn't chop the bottle.
Yeah, that's because it's all in his dick because he's gonna go pick up a woman at the airport.
Right, that's right.
And it's his old girlfriend or whatever coming in from China. Yeah,
right. He paid to have her. Kurt
Russell doesn't trust him to just leave him be and meet him like later on in his
restaurant. Technically she's a mail order bride.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Like, he probably doesn't trust him because he thinks he's bullshitting. Like, oh yeah, sure, she's your friend from when you were a kid.
Well, yeah. Well, when he first he was like, oh, I picked up lots of women, but never a chick from China, huh?
Yeah. Girl from China. All right.
Yeah. I mean, so we skipped the beginning, like how we didn't even mention how, because it doesn't, the movie doesn't start like introducing Jack Burton's character. It starts introducing fucking Egg. Right?
It does, true, yeah.
So we should talk about this. And actually, I learned something about this scene. It was actually added after the fact.
I believe that.
And one critique I saw about this movie was the fact that like this opening scene set up like Egg to be the fucking narrator. And that never resolved. Like there was no like little, even like 2 sentences at the end, Jack Burton and that fucking Razor on crack or on meth.
Yeah,
that's what I thought when I saw that fucking creature.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's fucking Razor. When
I was thinking about that. It reminds me of it reminds me of some Ninja Turtle shit, man.
Yeah,
and he jumps through the fucking sewer pipe.
Yeah,
yeah. Think how different that movie would have been if fucking Razor went in first, man.
Yeah. That's great. So,
you know what's funny is that when I was watching it again, I always forget about that opening scene.
Yeah,
because
I do too.
It just never dawns on me because
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, from when I was a kid, I don't recall seeing that in like any sort of HBO version, but I could have been there.
Jack Burton alone.
I never remember it until I see him fucking like, oh yeah, magic is real, and he goes all Raiden and shit and fucking busts out the lightning. I'm like, oh fuck, that's
Chinese black magic.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't give a shit what you think, you lawyer bitch, and then
that's exactly the dialogue that he says.
I believe that's in the script.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm just my memories just.
So they're gonna go pick up this girl again. Jack Burton doesn't want to leave Wayne on his own devices because he doesn't think he's gonna ever pay them.
Pay up.
Yeah, more money, son.
It was over 2 G's, man.
Yeah.
Originally, he made another racial joke, if I'm not mistaken, because originally Wang was gonna drive his own, and Jack was gonna follow him, and then Jack was like, "You know what? I'll drive. You come with me." Like he says something about like he makes a comment to like how Asian people drive. Like, I can't remember what it was exactly.
I missed that.
But it was real. Like it was a real subtle one, and he's like something like, you know, like we want to get there alive. Like you'd be better like coming with me or something like that kind of shit. I don't recall exactly what it was. I just remember hearing it, and I was like, "Ha, that's sure."
It's very
like okay,
very Jack Burton at this point.
Oh yeah, he's
I love how
subtle.
like there's like
Very
these
subtle.
like jokes that are also thrown in there, like the fucking scene where in the rain and fucking Jack gets under the fucking umbrella with egg, and Wang's like, a brave man, faces nature, head on or whatever. And then Egg's like, yes, but a wise man knows when to get out of the rain or whatever.
Yeah. So Wang is driving to the airport with Jack.
Jack's driving.
Jack's driving Wang, and they're going to the airport to pick up Wayne's alleged girlfriend. And this is where we're introduced to another character, Kim Cattrall.
Holy shit! She should have gotten an award for this movie for like best overacting and exasperating voice.
Yeah.
Kim Cattrall as Gracie Law.
So I happened to watch a trailer for Mannequin earlier today, and the acting that she did as a doll mimicking a real person was more compelling than her as a human rights like lawyer who helps like women not get trafficked.
I mean,
I just say this off the top. Mannequin is a great movie.
She's a lawyer and her last name is Law.
Yeah.
Really,
I love her when she comes out of the rain. She's like,
don't worry, it's only me, Gracie Law.
Don't worry, it's just me, Gracie Law.
Gracie Law.
Like what?
Yeah. She really fucking hammed up this movie.
All right.
Like I watched Big Trouble in Little China like 4 times in the last week, and that shit cracks me up every fucking time.
And so like this is when they enter the gang or whatever, like dudes.
What are they called again?
Oh, so back at the airport.
I almost said the Crouching Tigers.
Wow.
I think
they're like Death Tigers or something.
What was that?
They're like Death Tigers or some bullshit like that. I think Death is in their name. Yeah, of the group.
Tiger.
Okay, so back to the airport. Yeah,
The White Tigers. The White Tigers, right?
The White
I
Tiger.
think I'm looking
the White Tigers is the place where they're trying to sell the women.
Oh, yeah. You're
where
right.
they did the hooking and then the selling.
Oh, the
out.
Lords of Death. I'm sorry.
Lords of Death.
Lords
Yeah,
of
there you go.
Nice.
So the name of those 3 goons that show up to.
Oh wait, so we should first talk about the scene where Jack meets Gracie Law, because he was trying to hit on her naturally.
She shuts him down.
Yeah.
But there's a nice alcoholic or alcohol joke in there, because she's like, a person in your condition, or he's like, what do you mean a person in my condition? She's like, well, you should be downwind of yourself because it's Miller time. He's like, well, you know what I say when it's Miller time? And then boom, he gets jostled by the 3 guys.
I think their names are Needles, Joe Lucky, and
Shit, I don't even remember the fucking names of these dudes.
They weren't named. Did you just like look that up wrong? Like
I'm on IMDb. That's
that's what they're billed as in the credits. That's amazing.
I was like, Needles, isn't that the name of Flea from like Back to the Future 2? Like,
so one of them has these badass, like silly fucking looking like sunglasses.
That's the 80s for you, Roland. Those are legit sunglasses.
Like those glasses.
Yeah, they were like stunner shades, but with only one slit.
Yeah, well, I don't like. I actually looked them up because I was like, oh man, I need to get a pair of these for Ray. Like they're perfect.
Yeah,
they're actually glasses that are based on
Eskimos.
On Eskimos, yeah, the IJack glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they would take like wood or bone or whatever and carve like a little slit to help like the snow glare and shit from like blind, like snow blindness from happening.
And so this guy has like that's apparently what those glasses were inspired by, but you don't necessarily know that looking at it. You just see an Asian dude.
I just thought he was a fan of the Ninja Turtles and watched the old cartoon a bunch.
I so like I wasn't sure if it was like wearing those glasses, they were parodying themselves because like it's an Asian guy wearing like glasses with slits in them, you know? I was like, why would you do that? Like,
oh my god, damn.
I mean,
fuck, dude. Nice.
Oh shit.
Nobody thought that. Like looking at it, like these fucking slit glasses and like why?
Hey, Roland. All right, you're bringing this up again, and you're kind of like digging yourself into a hole, just like when we did Beverly Hills Ninja, and you were talking about the Liu Kang character and how his kicks looked very Asian.
I forgot about that.
Me too. Thank you, Ray.
Wow.
I thought it was like a double negative or whatever, right?
Oh, shit.
And all of your Shogun-esque speech rolling over the years.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. That's true. The ninja voice too.
My IJack goggles. I got a pair of those. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm glad this is a recurring thing.
I'm a rookie recognition or fuck, I can't do it. Well, that's on you, man.
So right,
yes,
like
the gang
shows up.
Yeah,
and they're pretty much just waiting to see who they can take because apparently they
just trying to snatch hoes, man.
They snatch chicks and sell them to the White Tigers, which is pretty much like a brothel.
Yeah.
And what happens? Well, Wang's girlfriend comes out. They see her. They pretty much just walk towards her, and then this other girl that Gracie Law is kind of like intercepting because she's gonna stay with her from escaping persecution or for wherever she was. Comes through, and they kind of like take Gracie Law's girl, and then they kind of like
do they?
It does like a turnaround.
No.
I thought
they tried to. No, because like she runs, that's like true, or she kind of like because she like, yells out her name or whatever. Like it's
Tara.
That's the only time you see
Tara.
that.
Yeah, Tara.
Like after that, she's never back in the.
Like Kim controls fucking every fucking line. Just
it's very breathy.
Nails on chalk.
Like she might as well have done an extra.
You know, it's kind of excusable. Because she's very attractive.
Like
yeah.
Because she's what?
It's like, goddamn, what's her name? Stifler's mom.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
So Wang's girl gets
signed it.
Wang's girl gets taken by the Lords of Death, and Jack tries to step in and take out one of these guys, and this guy brings out like a few steel pipes.
Yeah.
Out.
It's No, he brings out a fucking switchblade and then like an extendable baton, like an asp.
Right.
And Jack's like, "Where'd you get that?" You know, as he's got a fucking boot knife he doesn't utilize in this.
Yeah, he takes forever. He always reaches down for it. He fumbles.
It's like, oh, let me get this padlock out. Let me get this key and this data entry pad, and then there's the zipper, and then behind that, there's
the satellite needs to pick up the signal before the latch opens.
Yeah, and then I got to knock 3 times, but not before I burp. You know,
it's a leap year, right?
So I got to do all that twice. Fuck. Like,
they go, where's the equinox?
Don't move.
And then he ends up just throwing it off like he did in the last battle. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, we'll get to that part. That actually does happen in one of the fights later on in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, he tries to pull his knife out, and then it just fucking bye.
So
that was hilarious. But let's get back to
the Lords of Death. Take Wayne's girl, and they
Miao Yin.
Yeah, Miao Yin. Yes, very pretty name. I like that name a lot. They chase after
him into like the parking garage.
Where Gracie Law and Tara are there, and she doesn't even do anything. She goes, Jack Burton goes, where'd they go? And like she just goes, just points.
Call the cops, and then they just bolt.
Yeah, they just take off.
Well, fuck, okay, and then they'll get run over by the Lords of Death.
Yeah,
right.
And then you get the next line: "Those sons of bitches gotta pay, or gonna pay, or whatever." Like,
yeah.
So after this,
I'm just a man's man.
They're chasing. They're pretty much chasing. There's a car chase. That I mean, we don't really see the other car necessarily, but they're going after the Lords of Death. And then at some point, they're in the middle of Chinatown.
Jack is in his semi.
That's true, yeah. Right. In his semi. And this is where the shit like gets very exciting for me.
This is where the left turn takes.
Yeah. They fucking take a right turn into the fucking alley. And because Wang thinks he sees somebody going there. Yeah. And as they're driving slowly, they come upon
they're going to where the supposed hideout is.
Right. And
he's like, "There's an alley there. Where?" And he's like, "Turn, now."
Yeah, and
they like barely fucking cut it. Huge, fights going on.
This is when they intercept the funeral.
War. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's a funeral of that one like peaceful gang or allied gang or whatever that somehow Wang is hooked up with because they don't fuck with him. Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
And then we have the other gang, which is I guess Lo Pan's gang.
The Chang Sing.
The Changs, yeah.
This is where the three storms come out.
This scene is my favorite scene.
Well, the storms are coming.
Yeah, probably one of my top favorite fight scenes in all of cinema.
Really?
It really is. And because as a kid, I mentioned this before. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Bryce. As a kid, I always just wanted to be in a rumble.
Okay.
Oh. Nice. I wanted to be in a huge fucking fight with people. When I first saw the Outsiders, when they're fighting in the rain and they're like kicking each other's asses, that was very appealing. And then I saw this with like the actual martial arts.
Living where you are.
What's fucking cool, man? In kindergarten, we had brawls like all the time.
You say that, Ray, but like when I try to picture you in a fight, like all I've got in my head is West Side Story.
Yeah,
like
you start snapping.
Hey, I'll be in that fight too. Fuck it. Right, hey, breakdancing. They didn't breaking those fights too. I wanted to do that.
So you want to be in like a warrior-esque type, like fucking.
Right.
No, Ray just wants to do capoeira.
Oh my god! Damn.
I want to be in a fight where I'm dressed as a greaser who knows capoeira, who also has electricity coming from his fucking hands.
Well, of course.
Right.
Is that
some kind of like 14th level warlock or some shit?
While someone comes at me, I can fucking do a windmill.
You could be Brown Thunder.
Brown Thunder, yeah, sure.
Of old timey gang weapons, though, are you more of like would you be like a chain guy or a baseball bat?
You want some
brass
nunchucks?
Knuckles? Huh?
Nunchucks.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, why not, man?
Right.
You'd be the only guy in San Benny with some fucking nunchucks.
Make sure you're
out there. Like,
no, I'm telling you right now. Probably 90% of the people in San Benny have nunchucks.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably
and they don't know how to use
katanas and all kinds of shit.
And they don't know how to use
the
them.
most satisfying video the other day. Speaking of nunchucks, it was cholos using fucking nunchucks.
Oh, that's hilarious.
but they were doing like fucking like parkour and shit and like little like kicks and shit, you know, like
that's
and all this like badass stuff, like doing little flips and shit, and then whipping out the chucks and you know chucking it up.
Rule
badass,
1 of
like,
nunchucks.
But they're all like sack. Fucking, you know, all like, you know, dudes, you'd be like, oh man, I may not be in a good neighborhood, you know.
Gets hit in the head with a random nunchucks. Boom.
Yeah, they're strapped, but with steel. Like their steel is just blunting damage.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you guys think of this main fight scene? Like, this is kind of like where shit starts getting real for Jack.
It's
Burton
mostly nostalgic for me. Like, it's like in kind of how you were explaining it, but not so much with like I want to be in a fight, because like anybody that's been around that kind of shit knows that it sucks.
Oh no, I know it sucks. I mean, I'm just saying, like, ideally, it looks fucking cool to be a part of.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I like that scene because it made me feel like I was a kid watching like cable or whatever the fuck back in the day. It's like, oh, this is cool. You know?
Yeah, same here. I think
I want a karate gi. Like, fuck.
I find that it's an interesting fusion of kind of like it's that fight is almost kind of the essence of Chinatown, like East meets West, and because you have basically like a street fight where people are throwing motherfuckers through windows and just leaping out of like, you know, crevices on top of people and just
shadow.
Mind you, they come.
And then you also have like kung fu shit going on, which is badass.
They come real at first. They throw out the machine
guns. And then
guns.
there's guns.
Yeah.
That's the first. That's the first line of defense.
Yeah.
The machine guns.
Yeah, man. You got to.
And then when the bullets run out, that's when they break out the martial arts.
Those are hopping out cleavers and fucking.
Those telescoping batons.
That fight is pretty badass, man. People had sticks too, man. They were doing some damage with sticks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they all have machine guns. You know, they can only afford like maybe 3 bullets per gun. So it's like, and they got to do the martial arts real quick.
They aim.
And then of course there's a Rhoda for like who has the bullets that week.
Yeah.
Bryce, were you gonna mention something about the fight?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I was gonna agree with Roland on it. This is the first time I saw this movie as a kid. I actually was at somebody else's house. And I just came in on like this scene, and after that, I was like, man, what fucking movie is this? Like, I had to get in on it. I had to go like watch it. Like, so.
Yeah, man. I mean, because you see the fight, right? I mean,
this part and the other part. Well, I'm like I want to jump ahead, but like this part and the part at the end where the guy's doing like he's like doing the fucking shit and the lightning's coming out, like he's doing. I was like, damn, what is that shit, man?
The Duel of the Wizards.
Yeah.
This because I mean we have this main fight between the two gangs, and then we have the 3 storms, which are, I guess, Lopan's minions.
Yeah, I guess.
Thunder, Rain, and Lightning.
Yeah, it's like his honor guard, but there's only 3, which I was always kind of curious about, and it was never really clear what kind of storms they were.
Like,
no, it's just
like there was Raiden, and that was pretty apparent.
Yeah,
and then I thought like the second guy that came in, I thought that guy like was kind of like wet when he came in because he's like his shoulders were damp. So I was like, well, maybe he's like water. So you have like electricity and water, and then you have the
huge dude,
buff guy that comes in that just does it. Yeah,
and he explodes.
He like
blows himself up or whatever.
He sees the Rock. He's like Earth because he's like just. You know, that dude was fucking solid, man.
Well, he's thunder, man. He blows up, makes a loud noise. Like it's thunder.
Yeah, that's what they call thunder.
He's full of helium.
Right? Yeah, should have fucking called his ass something. He went out like a bitch, but that's for later. So
after the 3 storms come through, they pretty much annihilate most of the good
they
guys.
show up, they beat the fuck out of the good gang, right?
And then we
got like 3 fucking magical beings coming in. Of course, they're gonna fucking like.
Right, they just.
But they're not even like using magic on them necessarily. They're just using.
Can we talk about their fucking weapons?
Super strong.
Yeah,
bro.
I just about to mention weapons.
The hook sword.
Like, yeah,
the hook sword. Those are badass.
The hook sword. Well, they're like hook claws. Really.
The guy has like the.
Are you talking about the guy with the back scratchers?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh no, not back scratcher guy. That was the second guy.
Yeah.
No, but so there's a guy with like the helicopter blades on his palms.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, like completely worth fucking weapon.
It's like
most impractical.
I bet when they're like hanging out, he's like, you know what? The cool thing about my fucking weapon,
Right.
When it's hot out, I kind of fan myself off.
There you go.
And the other guy's like, well, my tool is cool because I can scratch my back.
Breeze?
And I can like grab the remote and pull it towards me.
Kind of hot up with this bitch.
And the guy with like the fucking hook knives is like,
bring the wind. Right. Yeah. I love when they first appear and like you think they're gonna do some crazy badass shit. You know, like they all like line up next to each other or in a row, and they take out those fucking knives.
Yeah,
like the knives that like float up into their hands.
Yeah, that was badass.
And then they both do like, or they all do a fucking forward flip and just like hurl the knife. Like,
well, the thing is, they pulled their knife with their left hand, had their right arms in the air.
Right.
Then the fucking parangs just like jumped up into their fucking hands. And sorry, I think it's pronounced parang, like for the style of knife, like that curved blade or whatever.
I thought it was. I thought those were. Was it a kukri?
There's kukri and there's also like parang styles.
We're
and I'm not
getting
sure
very
like
deep
which.
on these knives. And...
Master of the blades.
Kukris are can be pretty big too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe those were kukris, but kukris and parang style blades are fucking like curved like that.
Bring up a picture for Ray.
Yeah. Is that what they're called? I had no idea what they were called.
So yeah, so we'll call them kukris just for
shows your ignorance, Ray.
Sake of like.
Okay, so yeah.
So they summon those to their hands, and then they all do a flip in unison, and then hurl their fucking knives into the chest of the three guys who, unfortunately, had the rota for the bullets that week.
Yeah,
because only three guys opened fire on these mythical beings that showed up, and so
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all fucking guns, man.
Like
y'all
they were gonna cleave through like a shitload of people or whatever when they did all that wind up to the knife throws or whatever. I mean, it was still cool, but
you know, as all this shit starts happening, and then Wang tells Kurt.
And Jack pulls out his fucking knife. Like, what are you going to do?
He pulls out his knife, but
boot knife.
Like as he's taking off,
the whole time he's like, "What am I going to do? What am I going to do?" It's like, motherfucker, they have guns. They're like,
well, as they're taking off, like he just basically honks his horn. Like, is he like trying to scare the fuck out of him? One of them fucking jumps over the fucking semi, and then we have Lopan that shows up. He runs over him.
And he beckons him though. He like curls a little finger, like, "Oh yes, do it, do it."
Indeed.
Yeah.
There's a link there of a parang.
I saw
they look a little different.
Yeah,
but
so slightly.
Kukri's the curved one, but they come in different sizes because they're useful. Like I forget where it is they use them. They're actually like it's like an axe. You know, they can use them to chop down shit.
Oh yeah, parangs are different. Yeah, so those are definitely more kukri style in the movie.
For skinning animals, they'll use them.
Well, I have a kukri machete myself.
Yeah, I actually do too.
Cool.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll bring it over for you, Ray.
From Cold Steel, it costs like $30, something like that.
Shit. I thought you were gonna say Bud K.
You didn't get on one of those CVS or CVC knife shows on late at night, were you, Daniel?
Those are awesome.
We got a great kukri knife here. It's
low price of $79.99. You get one, you get two free.
And you can do 5 easy payments of $39.99.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the math. We'll sort that out for you, honey.
Exactly. Fucking shit. So he drives him through with the truck, and then like light starts coming out of his mouth and shit. Like,
well, like he gets out of the car,
right? Yeah.
He's out of the truck, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Because he's like, "Dude, I just ran this guy over." And all of a sudden, Lopan's just standing back, like, "Yeah."
He busts out his cancer vision or whatever.
cancer vision.
He fucking like does that weird. You know, like out of space or whatever bullshit.
That should be a t-shirt. Cancer vision.
Cancer vision. I love that so much.
Because every time he does that, like nothing really happened. I think he uses it on Gracie.
He blinded Jack temporarily.
That's right.
And he was able to basically blind both Gracie and Mei Li, or
I thought he used it to hypnotize
Ming Li or whatever the fuck her name
is.
is.
That cancer vision can
Wang's
have so many
chick.
different types of effects on someone, you know?
Yeah, different kinds of cancer.
Cataract
Perfect.
vision.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, yeah, all right. Well, this tracks.
Jumping ahead, I guess they escape. Jack and Wang escape. Someone steals Jack's semi.
Yeah,
which adds to another point of where he wants to like
pissy.
continue this whole.
That's how it gets more into
that
adventure.
becomes his true reason for helping out. He's like, "Fuck you guys!" Oh my!
At first, it was the money. Then it's his truck because that's his main source of income. You know, so
yeah.
He's spending like time in Wang's restaurant with the insurance companies, trying to get like I guess.
Well, first with the operator trying to look up his fucking insurance company, and then try to talk to the insurance company.
My truck was stolen.
Do you have your insurance?
Yeah.
Like, it's in my truck.
Yeah. It's in the glove compartment of his truck.
You fucking asshole.
Just look it up under Burton.
Hello? Hello?
He's just a fucking asshole the entire time.
We get introduced to another character, which is the
Eddie Lee?
Eddie, yeah. That guy, and then we get later on we get Margot, which is later on when they actually go to the White Tigers.
I mean, is Egg there in that scene? I forgot, or does he?
No, he wasn't there yet.
Because they do have a scene with Egg where he's like doing his tour bus thing, you know, talking to people, like showing old people about Chinatown or whatever. Yeah,
right. But he's kind of just I mean, at this point we were introduced to him in the very beginning, and then very briefly when he's doing his tour, and then he comes into contact with them at the point when they're actually going to go into the underground to
no.
There,
he don't they escape?
Oh, they after they escape from the first time around when they go to try and rescue Gracie.
They shoot up his whatever, and he drives him away.
Right. Yeah, he uses his tour bus to
protect. Which is funny because they don't let us as the viewers know that he's out there. Just all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, Egg is outside with the fucking tour bus waiting for us.
Yeah.
Fuck who?
We're like, oh, they had an exit strategy. That's daring. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, and like a bus with like paper thin fucking doors. They should have been.
Nobody got killed in that hail of gunfire when they were trying to escape. Yeah.
Like, you look at the side of the fucking bus, like you just see bullet holes all over it. And no one miraculously like. All they have to do is they duck down and make sure they're not
just dunk down into their chairs, but the bullets go through those fucking
to make sure that they're not looking through the windows.
Yeah, that glass might be sharp but nothing about the bullets, you know.
But before that, Jack and Wang go to the White Tigers to try and buy back.
So wait. So at the restaurant, and this is when Gracie Law comes back in,
which we mentioned earlier when she comes in. It's only me, Gracie Law. Yeah.
You should have put that.
Yeah, she really hams that.
But basically, she finds out that chick is going to be, she got sold or got taken over to the White Tigers, which is like a whorehouse or whatever. And that's the call to action.
Right, and then so
they send Jack in there because he looks the most
his best like accountant nerd fucking
just the
before this is where we get introduced to other characters.
I would really love me a whore right now.
Yeah, it says he's got the quote. Henry Swanson, my name, and excitement's my game. And they ask him cash or charge, and he says, "Oh gosh,
penis.
Oh gosh, cash. I guess. I mean, it's not deductible.
It's write off, right?
Yeah, it's not deductible, is it?
Yeah. Oh, but Ray, that's when we get introduced to the news reporter chick.
Margot,
who you're going to bring up
Margot
earlier.
Right?
Yeah, Margot. Yeah.
She's actually outside, and I think Gracie Law called her. It seems like it was implied that she called her. To let them know what they were doing.
Surprised. She's like, "Wait, I think I know that car."
Yeah, but
I'll be right back.
but see, that's the thing about the whole acting thing is like she doesn't really know how to lie well either. Yeah. So she knew she was there. I mean, who the fuck's just gonna I think I know that car. Get out in the fucking rain and get into a car, and the door's already open. Apparently, the girl doesn't even know that she's
like, huh, strange chick.
Yeah, so she knew already that she was there, and they were trying to plan this whole thing out.
She's just trying to get attention. She's trying to get attention for herself because nobody there that she was talking to gave a fuck about her. They're like, yeah, whatever, bitch, go away. Who cares? Huh? What's your name again?
You know, actually, bringing back the part where she actually.
But
comes
Eddie
into the
was
restaurant.
like, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah.
Oh, to Margot,
Margot,
yeah.
yeah. You know the old man who works with Egg with Wayne in the restaurant.
His uncle,
yeah.
Uncle
Gracie Law
Chew.
comes in and he goes,
Uncle
"What
Chew.
the hell is Gracie Law doing here?"
Nice.
His little delivery is funny. But anyways, back to the fact that they're at the White Tigers. When Jack mentions that he wants a girl with green eyes, I guess the main brothel person, what do they call her?
The madam.
Madam. She gets a little
madam.
suspicious, right? And she goes and checks on the fact that the Meowing is tied up.
Green eyes.
Yeah, but she knows that they just brought one in.
She got roughed up too, man.
gets
She had a
suspicious
bruise on her
about that.
face.
And she's in a hidden room tied up. And then as Jack is like with some girl and he's kind of just playing along, the three storms show up again.
So what's the deal? You know, girls come in, work a little while, girls come out. I don't know. Take your tie off. Oh yeah, right. My wife gave you this tie.
And then boom, they show up.
Yeah, the earthquake happens.
So they take Meowing, and that's when they decide.
Lightning fucking shows up, like literally riding the lightning.
Yeah, he's just lightning. His lightning
fucking thing.
ladder. Yeah.
But like his powers are so wasted, so fucking wasted.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever actually zaps anybody. Like.
He zaps things, but not people.
Yeah,
he's always just like,
and he almost zaps like Jack's feet at the end.
Like,
well, maybe it's like the Wonder Twin. You know, like you can only use like forms of useless things. Like you can make a lightning ladder, but he can't actually like hit people with it.
Well, speaking of the fact that he says he doesn't use it, like towards the end of the movie when he's actually going after Jack and all the other crew there.
And he's just like in the hallway. He's doing his pop and locking and shit. And he's like
he spends like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's like shooting the light. Yeah, exactly.
I can do karate. Remember?
He's fucking doing a dance.
That's okay. Yeah. One got away. Well, there's still 3 more karate.
My utility bills are always
low. Oh, there's some toes. Zap, zap, zap.
Yeah, he's like useless. I'd have to say, out of all 3 of them, he's the one that is like the seriously most
budget Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden. Yeah, right. He's
the coolest looking one, but he doesn't. He's the coolest, you know.
And yeah,
they all got those sweet hats too, man.
Yeah, those sweet hats. I used to put the laundry basket over my head.
That's funny. Yeah,
I really wanted one of those hats.
Well, those were laundry baskets. No.
Actually, there was I guess a Chinese like.
They put their clothes in them when they changed to their business suits. What you didn't see on top of like their head was a little plastic bag that held their suits and ties.
Well, they used to sell like a bunch of like Asian type of clothing and stuff like that.
Think about the ones by the dollar store.
The one that's by the thrift store,
like the kimonos,
99-cent store in near the mall or the movie theater.
Yeah, the old the dollar movie. The dollar movie.
Oh, the Central.
Yeah, like you go in there, it's just a random shit. It was just like an Asian market.
They used to have
thing. They had like katanas in the
they had katanas, like geisha type of like robes and stuff.
Oh man, I do remember that shit. They had the size and the fucking nunchucks back on the wall.
Fucking scary, dude.
Fuck yeah, I was so close to buying some size, dude. Every time I went in there, I was like,
oh, they sold size there too?
$30.
Dude, they sold
yeah. Fuck, up on the wall, dude. They were awesome. I saw them and I was like, ooh, I want the.
You know,
right next to the red bandana, so you could be rough.
You know, it's funny is that like every time I'd go there, I would leave with the same thing over and over. I think I bought it like 3 times at this place. Yeah. Those switchblade combs.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Out of all the cool shit that
you know
they had at this place,
more proof that you should be in West Side Story.
I can't remember if it was there at the Gold that I bought a butterfly.
Well, they had butterfly knives there too, but I walked away with a switchblade comb. So.
I mean, I had a couple of those too.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember that mall though. That's like it's not there anymore.
No, they tore it down and rebuilt.
Stuff
but that was the mall. Like
that
back
was
in the day,
the
I understand.
mall.
Yeah, the El Centro. I was actually there earlier for lunch. They had like the Grand China buffet there, and I was like, "Fuck!" It used to be right here.
Are you talking about the dollar movie in Harlingen?
Oh no, I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm talking about the one over in Bar.
Oh, the one in
Wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Hey, that's the one I went to. It was great.
Well, I mean, I guess.
That's Harlan just got again.
Well, nothing now. So
Yeah, no.
back in the day, they had some good stuff there, but I mean, as a kid, I didn't really take advantage of it. Again, Switchblade.
The mall
films.
now, like over there, is pretty depressing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on its way to be. It's on its way to being a Sunrise Mall.
Well, they almost got shut down for not being able to pay their light bill.
Oh yeah,
They
I
were
forgot about that.
STC had some interest in taking it over for a while. They wanted to make it a campus,
Yeah.
which I could see. Yeah,
Well, it's now like the actual mall itself is just waning, and now like those outside shopping plazas are
We got a lot
thriving a
of
bit more.
shitty clothing stores.
Hot Topic's still there though.
Like I said, there's a lot of shitty clothing stores.
Oh yeah, I know. But it's fine.
And
All right.
They're not going anywhere.
So I guess to kind of
Strong words
speed
from a
up
weak man.
speed up the
Roland.
movie a little bit.
Hey,
They go again. They have to go rescue Miao Ying at Lopan's little lair, and then Jack and Wang go on their own to see if they can rescue her. And the trouble ensues there. They try to fake their way into the facility as like I guess plumbers, right?
Telephone repairman.
Telephone repairman, right.
Yeah, and Jack just had like a fucking phone with him, just like carrying it without a cord. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, we'll get this sorted. You know, like,
Let's just say it doesn't work out for them.
Nah.
They get trapped in like an elevator that gets filled up with water, and then they got to swim through this like little area where there's a bunch of dead bodies that are hanging upside down, and then they take them into a little lair with which storm is it?
I think that's the one with thunder in it. It could be wrong.
muscle
Yeah,
boy.
Thunder.
Well, it's Thunder and the Muscle Guy, right? Or
Well, the muscle guy is the thunder.
No,
is the
no,
muscle
because
guy.
it's first it's the other Asian guy, the one that has the big eyes.
the other Asian guy with big eyes.
They all don't have big
yeah.
eyes, Roland.
The back scratcher
I
guy.
remember now.
What was
That guy.
Is this
The back scratcher guy.
The back scratcher guy, yeah.
Oh, the back
Yeah,
scratcher
because
guy
he
is,
takes them and
Raiden.
he's torturing them in that little lair, you know,
Oh,
like he's
yeah,
blowing the
yeah.
balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like at him, and then they take him to the lair where they're just strapped inside. That's when
Yeah,
the muscle. That's when the
blindfolded.
muscle guy shows up, and they're trying to make their
Well,
plans. to
Jack's
get out,
able to get
right?
himself free.
Yeah, but before that, they met with Lo Pan.
Well,
The
yeah.
old- the old
As the old man.
version of Lo
Yeah.
Pan.
I totally always forget that scene happened so early because I always
wheelchair.
thought it was like, oh, they escape, but then he meets them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
they
thinking
meet
that
the old
too.
version of him.
But,
He's all blotchy.
yeah.
Because when is the scene where they're
Terrible
doing like the
skin.
whole ceremony? And
That's
like
later on.
Oh, okay, that's later.
Yeah.
All right.
Later,
That's when
yeah.
Gracie Law's there, and she's a part of the whole ceremony.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
They meet Luke
But that's way later.
assassin like the fucking Cryptkeeper. He is just fucking gross.
Yeah,
I
so-
love the
Good
wooden
job. They did a really
wheelchairs
good
too.
job.
Like they're just like fucking dope as fuck for some reason.
Yeah, so I mean, like whenever they meet Lo
But
Pan,
yeah, so the Crypt Keeper's grandpa comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
so they meet Lo Pan. He tells them pretty much everything that he's gonna do.
Here is the plan.
Yeah.
Girl with green eyes.
It's my woman now.
Sacrifice of the gods.
find a girl with green eyes. And if anyone would work, like, because apparently he meets Gracie. Because it's like,
he's like,
oh, 2,000 years
fate
couldn't
has
find
brought
one
me
broad with green
too.
eyes. He should just gone to fucking Ireland and been
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
right?
No shit.
here's this sword. Try it out, lasses.
Yeah,
and
exactly. I waited 1,000 years, and he even suggests too that like
2,000.
Well, she has to be
Oh,
Asian.
Yeah. That's a. But then why?
I mean, but then again,
But,
why
but the
Gracie
thing is
Law?
that he was able
What
to,
did he-
yeah,
the
why is
Irish
Gracie
girl
like
for
married
then?
too? Yeah.
Well, Gracie's just the
'Cause she's
throwaway.
a
I
green
just he's
eyes.
like two
and
girls
she
with green
passes
eyes.
the burning blade test.
Yeah,
Right.
that's also that
Yeah,
okay.
totally.
Yeah.
like plot
What's
hole.
Borgia?
Yeah.
And he even says that
Yeah.
he tried before, and there were many failures or whatever the fuck.
He must have like burned up or something.
Hey, they're trying to mix in with that golden child, man. Fucking
I
knife.
don't
Trying to get I said, I want the knife.
I
Ooh,
like
that sounds
it.
like another
Oh.
movie that we
I'm
could do.
fucking love
liking this
Golden
movie
Child.
we're writing, guys.
So
Hey Ray,
Yes.
You'd mentioned before, like we were gonna try to start, fucking throwing this into the
the porn
episodes
parody
or whatever. Exactly.
That's right.
Have,
Oh.
has anybody?
We'll get to that point when he's actually gonna like he does the actual green
sex?
flame thing, you know.
Fuck, I have not
Which
seen
is
that.
basically not
Or I've not looked it up.
necessarily anything that
Nice, Roland. Well played.
gets to a point, but they're the timeline that goes on through this movie is that they end up escaping, but Gracie Law, Eddie, and
Gracie
Margot
and Eddie show up.
They get captured, and Eddie, Jack, and Wang kind of team up because they get held up in the same place. They take on Mr. Thunder Guy, who gives us a little bit of a preview of his little body expansion.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then it's like a comedic situation where
I'm not sure how he got locked in the room though, because he just kicked Jack out on the fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
But how did the door get shut on him?
Oh, Wayne and Eddie closed it on him.
Yeah.
And they locked it from the outside or something.
Okay.
So what happens is that Jack has his knife, says you make one move, he knocks Wayne and Eddie out, and then he does his little body expansion, pretty much pops Jack back onto his wheelchair, in which he kind of comedically starts
rolling down. He almost falls down like a pit, right?
Hits two guys.
Yeah. Knocks they fly because he's going so fucking fast.
Yeah.
And Thunder Guy is just there in his still position, hasn't moved yet. They close the door, lock him inside, and then that's when they have to go rescue the other girls. They go get Gracie, to go get Margot, and in turn releasing all these other girls that are held captive.
All the other prosties that got picked up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I'm curious as to why they needed
real human rights activist.
I'm curious as to why those other girls are there too. None of them have green eyes necessarily. At least I don't think.
Well, no, it's
they're just like a trafficking.
I mean, he just wants a harem. Lopan's lonely, I guess, or whatever.
Well, it's a front, man. They gotta have their business, the thing is, because they maybe they weren't into drugs or extortion. They were into whoring.
There we go.
Well, here's a quote from
mankind's oldest profession.
Go ahead.
And they use shipping as a front and shit.
Go ahead, Bryce.
He's talking about how he wants several women, but Lopan, he's talking to Jack Burton. He says, there have been others, to be sure. There were always others. But Mr. Burton, the difference between men and women, how seldom it works out. Yet we all keep trying like fools. So that's dating advice from Lopan right there.
From a god, pretty much.
Yeah, that's dating advice from
2,000-year-old dude who's
just keep going at it,
essence was scattered all through time.
That is kind of encouraging.
Which is kind of a cool premise, man. That first emperor of fucking China was able to fucking scatter his fucking essence through time.
Fucking God of the Lonely Hearts Club.
We keep trying. Much better than
someday I will get some nookie.
He fucking probably taught Johnny Cash that one song. Or no, Tom Petty. Who did Solitary Man? Was it?
I could have sworn you were going to say Fred Durst.
I don't know, man. When I said Lonely Hearts Club, I was thinking that. Owner of a lonely heart, much better than
who is that? Africa?
I don't remember, man.
Somebody?
No, I don't think so.
Somebody, I don't
That's
know.
like an 80s.
Yeah, I know. So everyone tries to escape, and then there's another pretty badass fight with Wang in which he kind of shows his martial arts abilities, which is pretty cool.
Well, this is where fucking Jack loses his fucking knife.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, he
whips it so bad, and then fucking Wang fucking just karates the fuck out of everybody. And then by the time Jack shows up with the gun and fucking knife, he jumps out and goes, ha! And then everyone's knocked out.
See,
and Wayne's
I really
let's
like
go.
how Kurt Russell's character is like a big joke about this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
He's he talks a big fucking game.
Yeah,
but
lies
he's
all
full
the
of shit.
time. He's scared
he
as
lies
shit.
all the time.
So
He's
the first time he plugs somebody, of course not.
Of course not.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
No.
But mind you, when he fires the gun, he can barely hold on to it, as it's
right. Yeah.
Well, when he first tries to shoot the gun, Eddie's like the safety, and Jack's like, oh,
of course, I knew that. And then the same thing.
I was testing you, right?
Whenever he tries to, even when he finally does get into a fight, it's just fucking comedic as shit. Somebody collapses on him, and he's
no. What happens is that when they're all about to fight, at the very end, and he does his little scream. And
he shoots the gun.
Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, go team, and he shoots the fucking ceiling and drops a rock or whatever.
He knocks himself out.
Knocks himself the
He
fuck
stuns
out.
himself. He's up not too long after.
And then later on, like he gets into a fight with one guy. And like, what happens? He's like fumbling with the knife or some shit in his boot.
And somehow he like is able to push it down with his other foot and push the blade out his heel.
And he's the guy's so heavy that he can barely like push him off of him.
Right,
and he's just struggling
on
with
him,
that the whole
basically
time.
impales himself.
And then Jack's like, shit.
Yeah, like he falls on him
heavy.
in such a way that like his legs are jacked, his knees are jacked up against his chest.
Yeah.
It's like what?
But that's like that's like one of the only people that he's fighting the whole time. Is, well, he's not fighting necessarily. He's just trying to get him off himself.
Yeah,
because he's just dead weight on him.
Then he finally is like, yeah, okay. He gets him off, and he has the best moment or whatever, which we'll get into when we get to that point when he beats Lopan. So where did we leave off? Though?
So basically, Wang fights all those guys. Jack shoots the guy for the first time, as so it seems. And as they're all trying to escape, Gracie Law in her this is the stupidest move ever. She's just staring into like this
weird little crevice,
and then
after it escapes the weird dungeon place.
What is it? The cracked out razor comes through and pulls her in.
Oh, and picks her
I was like, every time she does that, I'm like, fucking move! Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, everyone's trying to haul ass out.
The boss, bitch.
Doesn't she just like scream and then faint or some shit like that? Or
well, he just has her like draped over his shoulder, and then like he does that.
She's like, oh, and then like trails off.
Yeah, you bring your brute.
Like, she doesn't put up a fight or anything.
She didn't say that. That was not.
Yeah. It could have been in there though.
Hits herself and
it would have fit though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because it would have been really breathy too.
Yeah.
I was like, kick him in his mute dick. What the fuck?
Which they do at some point, right? Don't they kick him in his fucking balls or something?
His non-existent balls? Yeah, I think so. I don't know, man.
Somebody kicks him in his fucking nose.
I don't remember that.
The
orange monster guy?
Yeah, I think that happens. I'm not too sure. Unless I'm thinking of another movie, another werewolf movie or something. So they escape, and so basically they have to have another plan to go and rescue Wang and Gracie Law.
Yep.
During this time, Lopan actually has kind of hypnotizing the both of them and doing his little ceremonies and shit.
So
this is
have
where
we
the guy with
talked
the hook
about
sword
why
comes out,
he's trying to do the whole ceremony?
No.
Yeah. What was that?
No, we have not. We have not talked about the end game for Lopan.
Right, so
Lopan,
why he's trying to get the girls with green eyes.
He's trying to do he's trying to get her because like throughout the thousands of years that he's existed, he was under a curse, right? By the god he serves,
Shang Dai or something. Think like
it was set by the first like emperor of China or something like that, who was able to like banish him.
Right. So what happens is that I guess like his physical body it's basically like it seems to have like he's got a long life or lifespan or whatever, long lived, but like his body still like fucking decays or whatever, right? Like so that's why he looks like fucking Grandpappy Cryptkeeper or whatever the fuck when you see him. But like when he's first introduced in the movie, like you see him as like a fucking 7 foot tall goddamn like Chinese vampire or whatever the hell. And
that's a new one.
That's accurate though.
So what it turns out is like that's not the reason like Jack ran him the fuck over and nothing happened is because that isn't a physical body that he's in. Like it's incorporeal. He's basically a fucking ghost.
Because when he interacted in that form with the body of Mei Ling or whatever,
he couldn't touch
his
her.
hand just passed through her. Yeah.
So that's supposed to be the point of the whole ritual, like him sacrificing a girl.
So he become flesh and blood.
It's supposed to allow him to regain his true form and shit or whatever the fuck. It appeases his
and become a god essentially. Yeah.
Right.
And to plow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, why else would you become a god?
But what was the point of the two? Why are there two now?
So
he even asked that too.
Well, because one of them is gonna get sacrificed, the other one he actually gets to marry and plow.
Right. So and originally,
Dude, that's crafty. Okay, never mind.
It is, but it's still a plot hole because, like they say that it needs to be an Asian woman with green eyes, right? And so here comes Irish girl Gracie Law, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill this bitch and bang the Asian girl. Like, wait,
really?
Yeah. That's pretty much his thinking on that whole thing.
Okay, that's cool.
But then he's like, oh, no. I'm going to kill the Asian bitch and marry the ginger.
Is that what
it's a very confusing movie.
I thought it was.
He says right here, he says that she has fire.
You have a fire about you.
This one has fire as well.
Yeah.
Right, when she tries to like bite his finger or whatever.
Yeah, he says, what does it mean? 2 girls with green eyes after all these years.
So yeah, that's
and then fucking Gracie Law is like, you bastards, unchain me. You're not gonna get away with this. Where's Lopan?
Oh yeah, that's when he's like tickling. He's like,
yeah, he's tickling.
So sexy. What?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Coochie good.
Yeah. Coochie.
So as he's doing his little ceremonies and stuff, they survive the burning flame or the.
Well,
wait. Can we talk about the ceremony beforehand?
Yeah, first they got all like the guy like the dude with the hook swords. He's like hooking
2 of the fucking.
Yeah, the guy with the hook swords like fucking hooking his swords.
You know, it's very,
the
like,
dude who's like buff, he just like flexes like down.
Like as they're doing this,
dance flex. Yeah. That's all he does right there. He's just like.
They do their dax, their fucking dance flex.
Yeah, just like some weird fucking day.
And then from Thunder.
He just does like the. The fucking pec flex.
You know, yeah, he does that for like 10 minutes or some shit. Like
his fucking face, dude.
He's like he's
his face all
they should have done for that movie
like
for
Asian
perfect comedic
breakdance,
effects.
sea walking or some shit. Like he's fucking like
yeah.
So after the dance between Thunder and Rain, Lopan should have said, now that the entertainment is over, Raiden, make them fly.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that was completely fucking pointless, right? Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, he comes in. Like,
you know, what's funny
they
is that
grab onto that sword and they just float up to the ceiling, and
the
that's
sound
the end of
the sound effects is when like they do that. Yep. So it sounds like he's taking a fucking shit, man. Like, the whole fucking thing.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay, so they do their ceremony. They survive. He's gonna kill one, marry the other, and in this whole thing, Jack and Wang are with Jesus Christ.
So shit.
What was the guy's name?
This movie was almost perfect for a game of kill, fuck, marry.
I was about to say that. God damn it.
I'm glad you said it.
Let's do that. Let's do that now. Kill, fuck, marry. Daniel, since you brought it up, I'll let you give the rules for that one.
All right.
Come on, it's easy.
Are we doing Miao Ying or what? What's going on?
I'm gonna kill Mora.
Yes.
Then I want to fuck Miao Ying, and then I want to marry fucking Gracie because I'll just make her get beers from me all the time. And be like, remember how I saved you? Mm-hmm. You know.
I am
because in this situation, of course, I'm Jack Burton, so yeah, somehow I survived cracked out Razor at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, guys.
I think you picked the only logical scenario for the fucking kill, bang, marry, because like there's only 3 chicks pretty much in this movie, right?
Yeah, and then you can just always bang Gracie, and that's not bad. That's not bad.
Gracie,
change.
who's also annoying but mega hot, and then Miao Ying, who's like has no lines I'm aware of in the movie.
Is a quiet.
She just looks angry though,
but she has a quiet sexiness to her.
She has like that quiet, sexy. I'm fucking mad at you constantly. Like you didn't take the trash out. It's been 2 days, motherfucker. That was her photo when we first introduced her. She just looks like.
Hold on.
And you allowed me to get taken by the Lords of Death, right? You allowed me to get taken by the Lords of Death.
Are you guys on IMDb by any chance?
No.
I'm going. I'm trying to see.
If you look up,
I want to get
check the fucking cast and look up Miao Yin's actress's profile. Susie Pai is her name. That's exactly what she looks like. She just looked pissed off and hot. Like it's fucking hilarious.
Hold on here.
Yeah, let me check. I'll lean forward 1 second.
I saw it right now.
That's so funny. Like that's exact. She looks like the kind to like quietly seethe, and suffer in silence, and then like to smother you in your sleep with a pillow when you least expect it.
Jesus Christ! The guy that plays Thunder, Carter Wang, is buff as shit.
Oh yeah. Man.
Oh yeah, dude. Like he's. So I think I told you this before. I'm not sure, but he's been in a lot of fucking like Hong Kong action flicks.
Yeah, he's been
like before this. If you guys ever check out
the Carter Wong.
The like they have him on Netflix, right? The Wu-Tang collection, but there's also the YouTube channel.
He's in,
and he's on some of those movies.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
they're fucking ridiculous. Like he's pretty old. Like he's like when was he born? Like the 50s.
I mean, he's probably what, like in his
1947. So like, yeah,
Maybe.
he was doing some of those fucking flicks in the 70s.
Oh shit!
Oh wow, word.
Man, he's probably like fucking 80 right now. Shit. If he's still alive, that doesn't look like a recent picture.
I think he is. I think he is. Right, that's his picture from a month
apparently he was
ago.
in this movie too, right?
Wait, so was it Sangong Lao Ying?
Well, I don't know. He's credited in this movie, man. I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, that makes sense.
That looks like a porn parody if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Oh, you think that's the Big Trouble in Little China porn parody?
Big Trouble in Little Penis? What?
No, Big Trouble with Little Penis.
There you go. Thank you. Needed it. And,
oh my god. Okay, so Jack, Wang are teaming up with Egg and his the Good Gang. And
what is this?
What did you find?
That's never good when Roland gets excited.
I was just looking. I was like, let's see what kind of porn parody we have here. And the first one.
Hold on, Roland. Before you continue, let me just say, as we did this in the last episode, and this will be a recurring theme or recurring segment. We're gonna just halt it right now, talking about the movie, and does it porn parody?
Yeah, I need to. What, Roland? Don't start yet. I need to pull up my fucking porn. Yeah, I need my pornography access real quick.
So we type in just in Google is Big Trouble in Little China parody porn, and see what we get. Let me see.
Oh, I go a little more direct. I actually go to Pornhub.
He goes to Pornhub, and I fart around through Wikipedia.
There's Big Trouble in Little Vag China.
Is it really?
Yes, you found it. You found it. You found it, Bryce. Yes. Big Trouble in Little Vag China.
Yeah, I see that. That's on RedTube right there.
Yeah.
So you know it's classy, man.
So you know,
but I wonder if it's a legit parody, though.
Daniel, are you scouring the Pornhub?
I don't know if you.
I just typed it in.
I don't know if you guys see this. It says Big Trouble in Little Vagina.
Vagina.
It doesn't say
That's
Vagina.
Bryce brought up.
Vagina, yeah. But this one's just called Vagina, not Vag China.
Oh,
Vagina.
So Pornhub's kind of disappointing. There's 2 videos called Big Trouble in Little China themselves.
And then there's the Big Trouble in Her Little Vagina.
China,
I found that one. Alina Lee finds Big Trouble in Her Little Vagina. That's the one I found.
God damn.
Oh, shit.
And then after that, there's one that has a bunch of, I guess, Japanese characters. And then it says Bondage, Supersum, China Little.
Okay.
Well, Big Trouble in Little Vagina is also apparently a song from a band called Fetal Juice. Or I just Beetlejuice. It's Fetal Juice.
Fetal Juice. Jesus Christ.
Cool.
It's right there on the top.
Well, that was
well.
Good.
It seems that this one's not as fun as the last one.
Yeah.
What's brew cocky?
What the?
BREW cocky.
It should be Burr cocky.
And then they have Semen Evil, Smear No Evil. I gotta find out who the fuck this band is too. Oh man.
Okay. Any more news on the porn parody front? I think we got
Unfortunately
that.
not.
Was actually a good one,
the,
though. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one, but it was like pretty short and sweet.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
All right. Back
Roland,
to the
that's
back
not
to the movie.
something to be proud of, buddy.
Back to the movie now. So again, like we said before, Egg, Bert, and Wayne have all teamed up together. They're gonna go and infiltrate Lopan's lair, and they're gonna travel underground. And which there's like this as they're going through, there's like this like fish,
I love that
fish
scene.
monster? Is it a fish monster? Pretty much. What it is?
They're like, it sounds like something's breathing underwater. Yeah, and then also now this like cavern, this fucking fish creature just goes out and ganks a dude.
No, Egg goes, "You will come out no more."
Yeah.
What?
Oh, as he throws his little magic smoke pellet
yeah.
at it. Yeah. His little snap pop on crack.
I was like, well, that's all well and good, but what about that guy? Just got fucking eaten, man. Fucking asshole. You could have done that shit earlier if you knew he was gonna be in there.
You know, yeah, it's a sacrifice you got to make. You're gonna go fight Lopan and shit. So you
do not question the old things.
What's he wearing?
They want to eat the new things. They're going to eat the new things.
So at this point, they make it to the actual. What is it like? It's not actually. Is it the lair
it's
itself?
Like a dungeon.
Yeah, like a dungeon.
And
that's when they run into this fucking like Muppet Beholder or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Well, actually, before the Muppet Beholder, this one of my favorite scenes is where they come up to the wall where it's like, "Hey, it's hollow." Then Jack's like, "Hollow bucket," and then just slashes at it with his knife.
Oh yeah, right.
Are y'all talking about the floating little?
Yeah.
Well,
if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, right, you know.
Yeah, it's
it's just a beholder.
Yeah, straight up.
Maybe
I always wondered about that when I saw it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
So maybe John Carpenter is a
sure
fan of D&D.
Maybe.
That was a reference from there because it was. There's nothing that there's nothing that I can think of that remotely resembles this thing. Other than a fucking beholder, it's like a floating orb with a bunch of eyeballs and teeth.
Do you think maybe John Carpenter like got the idea for the movie? He was playing like some kind of D&D campaign.
I mean,
in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Where after a campaign where one of his companions died, he got mad enough where his buddy put a knife on the fucking table and was like, "I can cut this bottle." And then John Carpenter's like, "I can put this in a movie."
Yeah, sure, man.
These are just the adventures of John Carpenter, just slightly fantasized. Yeah.
Just a bit of an exaggeration on like moments in his life.
Yeah.
Just
a bit.
Okay, so they come onto the beholder and he is being channeled through Lopan, and Lopan sees that they're there and that he's pretty much not even flinching on the fact that they're gonna fuck up his ceremony there.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, they're back," and he brought friends or not.
He goes, "Egg Shen," right?
Yeah,
he knows Egg, and like he's not scared. Like he's kind of like.
Well, but the thing is, the storms kind of go like, "Oh shit, Egg Shen's here." Fuck.
Yeah. And he's well known as was it like a wizard?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Well, he calls him. Doesn't he reference himself as a wizard?
Yeah,
like that.
A sorcerer.
Yeah, sorcerer. There you
go. So as they're making their way up, the girls are getting prepared. Their eyes go white because he puts them like under like some kind of hypnosis thing.
Under cancer vision.
Yeah, cancer vision, right? Cancer vision.
He used cancer vision on that,
right? Yeah. And so the ceremony starts to begin.
So about that. Okay, so before that ceremony though, like, how is Gracie able to like just break the hold of all of this bullshit? Because like, Mei Ling's there all like catatonic and shit, and all of a sudden, fucking, King Control's open her eyes like, "Hey."
It's all that breathing, man.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. She got oxygen to her head again.
She's such a bad actress. She can't even stay hypnotized.
That's right, man.
Does anyone want to take a bit of the description of like the final scene, the final battle, the ceremony that's going on?
Oh man, this is like a fucking. It's like fucking.
I think Roland needs to take
He-Man's
this.
Masters of the Universe kind of shit. Like, aren't they like? It's like Lopan is standing at the top of like a throne, or
it's an escalator. So that's like a skull on top of it.
It's got like a fucking skull with like outlined technology in neon fucking lights and shit. Like it looks like some kind of, I don't know, like a fucking gore concert.
It looks like they're at an EDM concert.
A gore
basically.
concert, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like an EDM gore concert.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. Like, fuck, it looks fucking badass. And so like the two gangs are, you know, fighting against each other or whatever, and that's when you see the fucking, that's when they bust out the baller fucking FX of Egg and Lopan doing the little like
Roland
Chinese finger fights.
You kind of jumped some scenes though there.
Oh, I did? My bad. How far? Because I thought
you only talked about the setting.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, they're fighting. Like,
well, I mean, oh god damn it!
You didn't talk about how Jack and all them showed up and how Jack knocked himself up. Like you fucked it up, man.
No, it's fine. I'll go back. I'll fix it.
Par for the course, but just pointing it out.
Don't you? I am figured out.
Yeah, anyway. I'm telling the story.
I get golf. Okay. So yeah, like they go down a fucking elevator in the end to actually get to this place, which I thought was kind of funny because they had to go through a sewer, like a dungeon, and then like they're in an elevator, and that's what takes them down to this fucking, like, I guess
rave
plaza or whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah, it's a fucking
plaza.
Well, it's just like an open area where they have that fucking the throne and escalator.
Well, there's like a plaza there. I mean, there's a flat. I mean, you know, you could say it's like a plaza and temple sort of thing.
There we go, temple. Thank you. That's what I was trying to fucking think of. And
but it has an escalator instead of stairs.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird. So Lopan is standing at the
and it's a reverse Here Comes the Bride though, because Lopan's the one descending down the escalator, and everyone's like, "Yay!"
It's all about Lopan.
And it's like Bryce and me are just there hanging out catatonic. Yeah. Like, it's awesome.
Shit. Like, so he starts the ritual or whatever. You know, he breaks out the what do they call it? The needle of love.
Needle of love, yeah.
The weirdest shit ever.
And like imagine John Carpenter to be like, let's just call it the needle of love, man. Like, just fucking.
And everyone's like, but it kills them.
Is that a penis joke?
And he's like, yeah, but he loves them. He tells them that several times. See, I wrote it down. Here on page 74, here on page 265.
I love by stabbing you with the needle of love. Hey.
He's like, because when it like fucking Lopan's gonna kill Mei Ling, he's just like, I need to sacrifice you, but it's because I love you.
Right. So that's after Gracie escapes or whatever, when he's like,
yeah, well, she is knocked off. Well, he bitch slaps her off of the fucking podium.
Right, when she comes to so they were originally going to try to stop him from completing the ritual, but Egg actually like sort of steps up and is like, no, wait, let him fucking complete the ritual. We want him.
Flesh, we can stop him,
and then we can murk his ass once he's flesh and blood. Which doesn't really make sense to me, because like, couldn't they have just killed his old man body instead of like waiting for him to?
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean,
because
because like apparently like his like whole essence was like scavenging like among like time, and when he's gonna flesh and blood again, then all of him is in like one place or whatever.
That seems rational.
Okay. That's at least how I took that, because like this movie for me is like very confusing in its plot, you know, like and the way that things are supposed to work. You know, if they'd done a little bit more like exposition about the magic or whatever, you know, then it'd be like, okay, cool.
It would be easier to kind of follow.
Well, because this movie is just like, it's so wacky. Like there's scenes like where like Jack is swimming through water and shit, and it looks like his knife, like the blade is actually in his like towards his lips. So I'm like, oh shit, is this now in the DC universe? Is this how the Joker like forms up? He gets traumatized by the events of Big Trouble in Little China, but he cuts himself while swimming, and he gets the little scars he's there, and then he's just like, well, life is just a joke anyway, because I got attacked by a fucking cracked out Razor at the end of this ordeal.
Right.
And then he goes to fight Batman. Oh man, we're just connecting all sorts of shit, guys. Perfect.
So let's see. He starts to complete the ritual, right? Like he stabs Meow whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like
meow, meow, meow.
Stabs meow with the needle of love, and like taste the blood. And he's like, "Yay, I'm physical.
It's working.
It's time to fuck," you know. And then like Gracie is like, "Nope, not me." You know, she like wakes up and then he like bitch slaps her off the fucking platform or whatever, and then that's when they kind of. Like when the gang rushes in or whatever and tries to fight. As they're doing this, that's when fucking Jack is like, you know, high on whatever the fuck
yeah moment.
He's like drunk off that fucking like whatever
power
the hell they were drinking. Yeah.
That lean.
It's sorcerer juice.
Dude, because I swear it was like X though, because okay, so sorry listeners.
I'm feeling really
right
good.
Before they go down and like seal a pan for the final confrontation.
Right, as they're in the elevator.
Egg has a fucking like
an elixir
little like oh goddamn, what are they called? Roland, help me out.
Oh, he has
They're
his
related
gourd?
to he had a gourd like full of fucking some fucking lean.
You guys are cutting out.
Or just straight up MDMA liquefied because they're in the elevator and right before they get off, Jack's like, "Is it hotter than you? Is it just me?"
Yeah, he's like,
and I was like, "I feel good." And then fucking Wayne's
I'm not
like,
scared at all.
"Yeah, I feel really positive about this.
Yeah, I was
have
like,
a good attitude or whatever."
It's like really out of
character. Doesn't he say something
for
about?
him.
Could you not put? Doesn't he say something like, "Could you not rub your body on me? It's hard to concentrate," or is that like earlier?
No, that was when they were swimming through the tunnel.
Oh,
and they were
yeah,
escaping.
that's right. Okay.
That was Jack Burton telling Gracie Law.
So yeah, like they're all high off this fucking, you know, devil jungle juice, and fucking Jack shoots. That's when Jack shoots the fucking ceiling, and like it cracks off a piece of it, and it just fucking wangs him in the head, knocks him the fuck out.
Well, it was pieces, man. So I wonder how many pieces he actually got clocked with.
I said it was about like 2 or 3.
Yeah, sure. So
he was concussed for sure.
But this is where we see Wang fucking go ham.
Yeah,
you're right.
Oh yeah,
he takes on Rain, and like
that fight scene is so ridiculous.
It was like they're just jumping around. It was like a trampoline war or some shit.
Just
jumping all
they were at a
over the
trampoline park or some shit.
It was a shitty version of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Until Wang does one of my favorite fucking ways, like one of my most favorite ways, because it's ridiculous that people will fight or kill each other, and that is he fucking throws his sword at Rain and stabs him in the chest like midair. He's just
and then Rain dies just like a little pan. He goes like, "No!"
Right. No! Like I always love seeing people in movies fucking throw their swords to impale somebody because it's so fucking ridiculously stupid.
And he did it behind his back. Like he threw it behind. He just like turns behind him. He like switches like, "Let me just whip this behind me."
Alley you, bitch.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that because it's the stupidest shit ever. Like there's a lot of movies that do this.
Oh, the one that pisses me off the most is, I don't know if you've ever seen fucking The Last Samurai with
not in a long time, but yeah.
That's how he fucking finishes off before he dies, or before he gets hurt. Like that's how he kills the main, like, I guess, villain or whatever, if you want to call it that. He rockets his fucking katana like 12, like 50 yards away from this guy's chest.
Stupid.
It's so fucking stupid. I was like, this is supposed to be a serious movie, and this is how you're gonna kill the fucking.
I only watched half of that movie because after I got through the boozer, then oh, these guys aren't savages point. I was like, I'm done with this movie. I've seen Dances with Wolves.
And it's like, I know shit. And it's like Tom Cruise is like, let me show you guys the proper way to be a samurai. Like, you know,
and that's the same problem that Big Trouble in Little China has, where like Jack Burton plays the games that fucking China people play better. He fucking, know some of the language because like when they're fucking playing cards and shit, he's like all like ni hao and shit,
He knows enough just to get by.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we do have the fight scene that went on. Again, we have Wang and the Rain guy like jumping back and forth, doing these little fights.
Oh, and that's when, and then after fucking Jack knocks himself out, that's when he gets into his one lean to fucking kill.
What would you call like those warriors? Like, would they be called something? Is there a particular name that they're dressed as.
What are you talking about?
Those the warrior that he has a mask on and stuff, and he's gonna, like,
no, it's just this random armor dude showed up, and Jack's like shit, and
and that's when he like just drives his fucking knife with his shoe into the guy. Then we have the battle between Egg and Lopan, which is
fuck yeah.
I fucking love this scene.
Oh, I love this. It's one of my favorite ones.
They both break out their magic lights, and then there's like some samurais inside.
Laser light show.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I always wondered. Like, what are those supposed to be?
I think it's just representative of the power.
Just like
that
they're
they
casting
have.
a spell that represents.
Well, because he keeps referencing that Chang Dai, the guy he's supposed to be appeasing. Like,
the various gods that they like.
Was that who that's supposed to be? Are they like just two gods fighting each other?
Patron saint.
That's what
I
was thinking, man. Like he's like summoning, they're like summoning their gods or something to fight.
I don't think so necessarily. I think it's just like the spirits of like warriors and stuff like that from either side.
That's what
or is it just like how Jedi and Sith have different color lightsabers?
Yeah, basically that's probably what it is too. And I like the fact that like they're just pushing on each other on both ends, you know. You have Egg doing his little and then
with his squinty eye.
Lopan doing the same thing, like doing his
fucking Popeye look.
Then the three ninjas come out. No. And just like
it's
fucking,
three ninjas
they just hit Lopan in the dick, like
Tum Tum.
Yeah, Tum Tum.
They put some cooking oil on the ground, and Lopan just.
What does Lopan say to Egg whenever they stop fighting with their little light show? You never could beat me.
Yeah,
Shen, right?
yeah. He tells them that.
And then they kind of like run away, and Egg Shen, as they're going up like the escalator thing, Egg Shen gets his little whatever the fuck he has, and it's like a little ball of light bomb, and crashes everything. What else? The main guy, the big buff dude, is chasing Wang around.
Thunder.
Yeah, he's chasing him around the fucking building and stuff like that. Hello there, Ray here from MoQuest Studios. First of all, thank you to the person or persons listening. You are very much appreciated. If you enjoy what you're listening to, be sure to check out all of our podcasts at moqueststudios.com. There is Fat Food for Fat People, for all your uninformed food and drink news and tastings. Anatomy of Mixtape, where a group of friends argue over the construction of the ultimate mixtape. CineQuest Video discusses all your VHS classics and beyond. And lastly, Valley Strange, for all your supernatural, paranormal, and conspiracy needs from all over the world to the Rio Grande Valley. And don't forget to check out our Patreon for exclusive content too scandalous for the public. Again, thank you for listening, and thank you for the support. Enjoy the rest of the show. Okay, so we are at the end of the movie, pretty much. This is the last fight scene with Jack Burton and Lopan. He is flesh now, so he is able to be killed.
Right.
And the way Jack pretty much throws a knife at Lopan.
He throws it. Lopan catches it, and he's like, "That's a nice knife."
No. He. So what happened? He throws the knife and like completely misses, and then Lopan kneels down and picks it up.
Oh, that's right. He picks it up.
The gong behind him or something, and like he lets the girl go. The whatever her name is, Meow Meow, and like she runs behind. She runs away, and like he picks up the knife, and he's like, "Oh, this is a good knife." While like anybody looking at that thing can tell it looks like a piece of shit. Somebody
it's a gas station knife for sure.
Yeah, exactly. There's some fucking mall ninja fucking gas station crap. And he's like, "Oh, this is a nice knife."
Yeah.
Nice knife.
Wow.
You know what's hilarious is that right now you're saying that his voice is like as exaggerated as it is, but as he becomes flesh, his voice and tone and inflection kind of like
calm down
deepens up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying, because he's not even like saying it all out. He's kind of like, "Oh, that's a nice knife." It's like,
well, he just goes, "It's a good knife."
Yeah, it's a good knife. Oh, it's a good knife.
Goodbye,
yeah.
Mr. Burton.
Goodbye, Mr. Button. Yeah, he fucking he gives it like the lightest flick ever or whatever. Like it's like, really, dude, really, like you
Jack,
just might as
let
well
me float this to your doom.
Here, let me underhand pitch it to you.
And then Jack catches it and throws it back.
His first and only badass.
Because it's
move with
all in the reflexes.
Yeah.
It's all in the reflexes, yeah.
Fucking flings that shit back right between his goddamn eyes. Poof. Well. More or less.
So at this point, Lopan is dead, and destruction ensues. The whole place is falling apart.
And then that's when Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder. At this point, he's like chasing. He's chasing Wang around.
And then, like, and he gets really upset.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like it's really
finds
funny.
out that Lopan's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
He's so mad that he goes on a binge eating spree and just gets like super huge, man. He gets all that MSG in him.
He Pizza Huts himself to death or whatever. So yeah, that's
I find it hilarious every time he looks like he's about to cry and he's holding it back and he's just
right. Yeah. And then like he fucking inflates himself
into like the biggest fucking balloon.
Yeah.
Full of helium and MSG.
Yeah, eyes popping out. He looks like a garbage pail kid.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
right. He inflates himself into the biggest balloon Natatuma you've ever seen.
And then he
fucking
he pretty much pops like a balloon.
Yeah,
and you see his flesh like just falls against the wall. Like they just got like rubber, just fucking flicked it,
and just threw it at the wall and shit.
But so I do wonder, like, was he really jacked, like with muscle, or was it all just like he can inflate himself and like, like, you know what I mean, like
condensed fat?
I'm kind of curious as to what that power is and what it was necessary for.
What was it useful for?
To commit suicide?
Yeah, I guess so, man. Yeah.
No, it's when he gets scared to not to scare away predators.
Yeah. That's funny.
He was a blowfish guy.
And then we have electric guy. Raiden.
I really like the effect though, like of Thunder dying. Like when he finally blows up and like steam blows out his nose and shit. Yeah. Like that was
he's just a kettle.
Weird ass.
There's the Cabbage Patch or the Garbage Pail.
Yeah, essentially, man.
But yeah, so then it's on to
Raiden.
Thunder or Lightning, right?
We did talk about this earlier, where he's kind of like just showing off his powers, not really doing anything.
Yeah,
like,
karate, Kiyas,
and they pretty much
down to 3.
They pretty much take him out with a rock.
Yeah,
they drop a huge like a gargoyle statue on.
That's right. So there's that guy.
How do they even get past
one guy gets stabbed in midair, the other guy blows himself up, the other guy gets
he suicides.
He gets gargoyled.
Right.
Yeah, but how do they get up?
What I think he actually pushed over was one of those little like the Chinese waving cats.
No.
Oh wow, that'd be funny.
It's a giant one.
Gets crushed by a giant paperweight.
Man.
What did you say, Bryce?
No, I even remember. How do they get up into the? They go up above him. Like, how do they get past
the little archer with the bow and arrow thing?
That fucking crossbow.
Yeah, that can support a shit ton of weight. Apparently.
Yeah. No shit.
Crossbow pulley system.
There we go. Yeah, the fucking Egg uses.
Yeah, Egg has all these fucking crazy toys.
Yeah, he's a Chinatown Batman.
It looks so fucking janky.
The Chinatown Batman.
It's some fucking ratchety ass.
Wow. Sorry, it took a while to settle. Like,
Okay, so they escape. They get out. They find Jack's semi.
Right.
And they escape through that. Well, with the car. And
it's really funny when they escape, like, because so they drive away, right? And then they just like pull up to an intersection and stop at the light.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
I mean, if they tracked any more attention,
to reality.
After them, you know.
Make sure to use
I'm not saying that was like their thought process as to why they stopped, but if they stop, I mean, I guess to you know who tells them to stop?
Yeah,
Gracie Law.
Gracie Law does, yeah.
Fucking Gracie Law.
Of course. It would have been funny if like they get to the light and like a cop pulls up behind him or whatever. Woo! Like, yeah, your rear light's broken, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, as he hits it with his baton, you know, and then beats the shit out of Jack. You know,
it's fucking Lopan dressed as a cop.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say. I thought you said.
You thought you saw the last of me, but now I will hit you with.
I thought you were gonna say it was like they roll up on him and it's like it ends up being an ICE agent and like all the other people are like.
they deport him all.
Yeah.
Egg's not a fucking real. He's not a real citizen. His visa ran out like 20 years ago. You're coming with us? No, I'm not. He busts out the fucking lightning fingers or whatever again.
So they escape. We get to the end of the movie. They're in the restaurant. They're kind of celebrating. They're all being together. Jack is going to leave. Wang pays him his money. His double or nothing.
And triple, actually.
Triple, yeah. He gives him triple for helping him out.
Yeah, all the trouble.
So that's like $3,000 and change. And what does he say? Like he was gonna, like, he tried to invite Gracie or whatever to go with him, and she's like, "Can't you get a?" Or go, he's like, "I'm a rich man now." I was like, "What?"
So I can sell a truck, settle down, or whatever. She's like,
right.
Or you can get a cab with a little apartment just
in the
for
back.
two.
I was like, for $3,000, bitch? Are you fucking kidding?
I did love the line where
and he's just like, "Oh wow, you're way too attached."
Margot goes, "Wow, you're not even going to tell her goodbye," and he goes, "Nope."
No, you're not going to kiss her goodbye.
You're not kiss her bye. Right?
I hate clingy bitches.
Like, nope.
That was funny. I fucking love that. Just to be a bitch. Nah.
So as Jack is leaving, we do see that the terror isn't over because we have cracked out Razar still in the back of the car.
Right, yeah. Hitching a ride.
See, I really wish they would have made a Big Trouble in Little China too, man. Because like, or it could have made like.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that, bud.
I wish they could have made like a sequel on that, you know? Because
oh fuck yeah!
But I would think though it'd just be the adventures of Jack Burton, and he's got like he's got his Razor buddy, like they just become friends, and like he's like driving around the passenger seat and shit.
Like,
did you mention it? I forgot how long
Harry
ago.
The Hendersons and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like some Harry and the Hendersons type shit. They could have that song, "People Let Me Tell You About My Best Friend,"
and he pays away on the side by doing arm wrestling, so you bring it over the top, and
perfect, fucking buddy. So there was a sort of a sequel to the Big Trouble in Little China, but it wasn't a movie.
I know it says,
I think it came out a few years ago.
I don't remember the part before then.
Well, it's already here in the IMDb quote.
Well, then you can say it.
Nah, you do better. You do a better Kurt, man. You do better Kurt.
Let me see.
It's right here, dude. I got it up right there. It's the second one right there. This is last line.
Okay, so the last line of the movie, it says, "Just remember what old Jack Burton does."
That's not how Kurt Russell sounds, right?
Where's Brian when you need him?
Let me invoke my old
Kurt Russell does
Jack
not
Burton.
sound like a 30-something-year-old podcaster, right, man?
Let's see. Just remember what old Jack Burton does when the earth quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky and the pillars of heaven shake. Yeah, Jack Burton just looks that big old storm right square in the eye and says, "Give me your best shot, pal. I can take it."
Kill yourself.
Hey, man, y'all don't want to fucking do it, so fuck y'all.
Wait, we're trying to find the line.
You want to do it now, Roland? You want to give it your best shot?
I don't know.
What does he do?
Hit me with your best shot.
When does he do this?
Actually, while Roland's looking it up, one of my favorite lines in the movie is an exchange between Jack and I think Thunder, where he's all. This old Jack Burton says, "Who's Jack Burton?" Me. And he's all like pissed off that like the guy didn't know who the fuck he was. It was fucking brilliant, man.
Ruined his bit. Yeah.
He does that. I think it's all that before the bullshit.
I can't fucking find it, whatever. But so yeah, like I was saying before, there was a sequel to this, or like the continued adventures of Jack Burton.
You didn't read the quote, Roland.
I couldn't find
in the Jack Burton voice.
Couldn't find it. I'm
like, ready to paste it in Discord and let's go.
It literally says last lines in parentheses on the quotes.
Okay.
Now
all it says last here on IMDb is "Hey Egg," and then like Egg replies, "It wasn't easy."
Hey Egg.
Now one thing.
No, I'm not gonna fucking do that voice.
I do want to mention it's pissing me off quite a bit is they are saying they are going to be doing a remake of this movie with fucking The Rock.
Big Trouble in Little China.
He's going to be Jack.
A remake?
You didn't heard about that?
No, I haven't heard shit about that.
No, I have not.
Yeah, supposedly they want to make they want to cast The Rock as Jack Burton.
What?
Yeah. Well, why the fuck not? He's in everything else. Like,
he did Return to the Witch Mountain or whatever the fuck. And
so there's a comic book of Jack Burton, and he meets Snake Plissken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's like a sequel to this or like a continuation or whatever, but like that's the only thing that I know about anything like past this movie or whatever.
Yeah,
I think it came out a few years ago.
If Jack Burton was in like
You cut
was
out
it Escape from L.A. or New York, where he did the basketball scene,
it's Escape from
he'd
LA.
be able to drive his semi up
Jesus
to be able to
Christ.
like pop a basketball to arc it to hit the shot.
That'd be cool.
It's all in the reflexes because he knows when to stop.
Okay.
Just use that line again.
Escape
like,
from Big Trouble, Little New York, L.A.
Escape from a little town in Ohio or something. Okay, so let's I guess talk about just real quick any favorite scene in the movie, Bryce.
Me?
Yeah.
My favorite scene's got to be where Lopan and Action are fighting. I just remember that one a lot as a kid. All the fight scenes are great in this movie, but that's probably my favorite one, honestly.
What about you, Daniel?
Really, just the hollow. Fuck it. When he slashed with a knife, he just barbarians it. That was just brilliant, I thought.
And what about you, Roland? Your favorite scene?
My favorite scene is probably the same one as Bryce, when fucking Egg and Lopan have that laser light duel. Or
Laser
Oh, yeah,
light.
man.
They just point at each other's eyes.
Cancer.
Cancer. No, my cancer is stronger than yours.
Mesothelioma.
Yeah.
Well, there's.
I take your cancer and throw it back at you.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
here's some lung cancer. Aw.
Oh no,
Melanoma, fuck that shit.
Aha,
Leukemia,
pancreatic
bitch.
cancer.
not my lungs.
I'm gonna say I think the fight with Wang whenever he's fighting those guys by himself.
Oh yeah,
That's probably like my favorite scene.
You like
there.
you like the
word.
trampoline work, man?
No, when he's fighting the other guys.
No, no,
like,
no. When
okay.
he's like, yeah.
when Jack's trying to
when
like
Jack
fumble
loses
his
his
Oh,
knife,
and
yeah.
shit.
And then, yeah.
So just real quick on the soundtrack, it was if I had the name right, fucking here. It's pretty much John Carpenter and some other dudes. I'm trying to say the name here of the fucking guys who did the soundtrack. Oh, it's
for the music, yeah.
the main
right.
is John Carpenter, but like
John
the people
Carpenter.
that perform the song.
Well,
Big
it was him
Trouble
and
in
another
China.
dude. It had in the credits.
It's
I just don't
the
remember the guy's name.
Villas or Villas. It's pretty much the person who goes Big Trouble. That's John Carpenter.
Oh.
That is.
That's John Carpenter singing.
All right.
That's funny.
It is pretty funny. There's a video for it. You should check it out. It's on
Alan
YouTube.
Oh, fuck
Music
me.
by John Carpenter and Alan Howard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the budget for this movie was $25 million. Only made $11 million. So it was a fucking flop.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was pretty well known to be a big flop.
So
I feel like this is when this movie came out. I mean, I'm assuming it just has like it's one of those movies that came out, didn't do so well, and then now
But
it's
I'm
like
gonna
now
blame
it's got
Metallica for this movie's failure.
the lightning.
right, but now it has like a cult. Now it's like a big cult
because
following,
Master
right?
Puppets came out that year, and people were too busy listening to that
Oh, okay.
and not going to the theater. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, like, other than
beyond its
Halloween, John Carpenter doesn't have too many like big blockbuster hits. Most of them he gets most of his traction and popularity in video.
Well, yeah, I get you. I feel like this movie imagine like when it first came out. Imagine people were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like you know what I mean? Like they're probably like, "What are like who's it targeted for?" I guess maybe in a way. I mean, I feel like there's only certain people that are gonna get this movie, and like I don't sound like a pretentious dick, but like people like us, kind of we like I enjoy the movie. I know you guys enjoy it. I just like is it like I feel now it's gained a lot of traction. Like later on, like I said, like it's a cult following. Maybe not even that. Like maybe it's because now they're gonna remake it and all that too. But I wonder how much it's made over the years.
Who knows? I mean, I'm pretty sure it got a lot of VHS rentals and stuff like that.
Still sells like
enough for a bunch of losers from South Texas to talk about it on a podcast.
Well, hell,
it on Blu-ray.
It was on fucking syndication on TNT, like that, or it was like what channel or Sci-Fi. I know it was on TV like all the time, man.
It's like on every goddamn channel.
I don't remember what channel it was, but
it's like The Fifth Element, like TNT, like The Fifth Element. They like 5 times in a day they would show The Fifth Element.
For sure.
Back to
so I'm gonna say, I mean, the rating for this on IMDb is 7.3 out of 10, which is actually pretty good
rating,
score.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck, really?
Yeah, it's a pretty good score. I mean, anyone who sees this movie, from my understanding, like pretty much really enjoys the movie because I mean, it's just fucking crazy movie. There's martial arts, there's weird magic shit. Kurt Russell's in it.
That's right, man.
Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with Kurt Russell.
So, as we're gonna go through our ratings, we go through 1 through 5, just a general rating. I'm gonna go with Roland. What do you give this movie 1 through 5, or 0 through 5, whatever the fuck you want to do?
I'll give it a fucking. I'll give it a 4, mostly for nostalgia. I grew up watching this movie. Fucked, and I mean, I like John Carpenter movies. They're fucking fun for what they are. It's not like, big budget, ridiculous ass bullshit or whatever. And I mean, I'm not surprised the movie flopped because it's very fucking like cheesy and like how we were going through all the story before, like there's a lot of fucking plot holes and shit that doesn't make sense. And so, like it's one of those movies it's not so bad it's good, but it's one of those just like it has a lot of cool references and shit that you can see and look into and find that you probably don't necessarily realize the first few times you sit through it.
Yeah.
So I kind of appreciate that shit. So yeah, I'll give it a 4. But I was trying to think of a label or whatever to throw onto that at the end. So like, I mean,
maybe you can give it 4 egg shens.
Yeah, I was thinking that or low pans.
Either one.
But it sounds like like something you order at a Chinese buffet.
Egg drop soup or something.
Yeah.
Bryce, what about you? What do you give this movie? 1 through 5, 0 through 5, 5 to 5?
Nah. Ooh. Yeah, also gonna go 4 out of 5 too, and very much like not to just keep kind of rehashing, but the same thing that he said, like Roland said, it's nostalgia purposes. I saw this movie when I was young, and I loved it, and like I think you had said to me earlier that you see it like at least several times every year. Same here,
I see
man.
it at least once a year.
Yeah. Same here, man. I mean, it's always on TV, or I actually have the Blu-ray of it, but like I don't know the last time I popped it in because it's like I said, it's always on fucking TV.
Watch this shit in 4K.
Yeah. No, and yeah, like Roland said too. Like I'm not surprised. I do remember people talking about how it wasn't a very big success when it came out, and like I said before, like I don't know who it's marketed to exactly, but if you love John Carpenter, you know his work, you're gonna love this movie, and I love John Carpenter movie too. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, Daniel, what about you?
All right. So this movie has various elements I love. Love martial arts movies. Love weird fantasy concept bullshit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like in modern day settings.
Yeah. Like you said, it's like
love Kurt Russell movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
However, this movie doesn't work for me. I
we gotta
it has all these things I really like about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one detractor in this. Like, it's just the plot's too convoluted. The plot holes really bother me. Some of the acting is really hollow, and it's not just Kim Cattrall, but Wang's acting is pretty hollow. Fucking Kurt Russell's lines are delivered very fucking woodenly a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I realized, and Roland's review I really resonate with, but I'm going with like why those are like really bad things. Like, yes, it's a John Carpenter movie, so you're not going to expect this like big budget, nonsense or whatever. That's fine, but there's a lot of things they could have done with this movie that they didn't. And yeah, so I have to give it 1.5 cool hand sign from the good guy. Games.
Whatever that shit is.
Can I go back?
That little one, that little like L for love with the thumb crooked in.
I want to go back and say I give it a 4 out of 5 Inuit sunglasses.
Hijacked.
Yeah.
Nice. Well played, Bryce.
Those things are badass.
I'm sorry, and I'm really not trying to just be like super contrarian or whatever. Like,
no, that's how you feel, man. It's all good.
But watched it sober, watched it drunk, and just went, and I gave it a chance. Like each time, I paid attention, and
well, see, that's your problem.
Is this one of the movies you grew up with?
You're paying attention.
Yeah, you're You have too much. You have very high expectations, Daniel.
Well, there's The Last Dragon, which came out the year before that, which is amazing, and I always pay attention to. There's The Thing, which we've covered. There's Blank Man. You know, like basically most of the movies that we've talked about where I've been participating on CineQuest, I pay attention to. Like, I always look for the little weird nuances or some little hidden joke or whatever that I didn't catch before.
This is how John Carpenter writes movies.
And yeah, and maybe it's after watching the John Carpenter trilogy Bryce, I'm interested to hear about your opinions on whether it's a trilogy or not.
Oh, that's just because I don't know. I'd never heard of it.
We can talk about that. Like, if you're available for Prince of Darkness or In the Mouth of Madness, we can go into it then where it's more appropriate. Not yet.
Well, I love In the Mouth. I own In the Mouth of Madness, but I had never seen Prince of Darkness until I met Ray. But
it's a pretty safe bet to say that like John Carpenter does make pretty good movies, but he's not a good writer. Like
but I think that discussion, like Bryce, like I hope that we can all like have that at some point in the future, but it's not for this movie.
Yeah,
But yeah, but no, like even though I gave it a real low rating, this movie is fun. I'm not gonna like shit on it for that. Like, it's really, really fun. It just falls apart for me in various ways, and I'm just bitchy about it. And
well, perhaps you'll like the remake with The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna love it. Actually, probably
will make more sense.
I really actually wonder if they're going to go full out, like try to do the same story, or they're going to try to fix like some of those, you know.
Oh, they're going to like the way they did Jumanji and shit like that. They're going to do the same.
Yeah, I think they're going to do something.
Like it's a reboot, kinda.
Yeah. The Rock is going to have like a mullet wig, and he's the
same white shirt on.
Well, Jack Burton, kind of shit.
Nah, dude, they should get Stone Cold Steve Austin to play.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
Jack Burton.
Shit,
Jack Burton doesn't care what you're talking about.
He's like 7 feet tall over the fucking towers over
Joe's apartment.
But sorry, Ray, I didn't hear what your rating was. My bad.
Okay, so my rating is going to be a 4.5, and it's strictly for fun. And Daniel, I will agree with you on all the flaws within this movie. I personally, I saw this one as a kid, so like all those little details and stuff like that within the story, like I didn't give one fuck about, because I was entertained from beginning to end. And at this point with this movie, I just have a good time watching it, and that's at this point it's pretty much all I can personally get from this movie. Again, if I'm gonna dissect it, I'm just gonna find everything wrong with this fucking movie and probably hate it. So
don't expect to be edified.
Yeah, because like I mentioned, I'd seen this as a kid, but like once.
Yeah.
And so basically, it was like going into a new movie. So that was like my take on it, and I was like,
well, that's the thing.
You've never seen this before, Daniel?
But the thing is, whenever
I like watched it when I was like at some point in my youth, but it wasn't something like grab my attention. Maybe I only watched like half of it or something, or like watch like 10 minutes and went like, this is stupid. Where's Batman?
You know, that's interesting, because like I wonder now if I had never seen it as a child or watched it several times like growing up. I wonder if like I'd come into it now if I had the same.
So, like I remember like basically Jack Dick about this movie. So I was going in my 30s, like after watching all this like ridiculous shit in my life, I'm like, okay, let's see this movie now. And yeah, it was.
Yeah, I wonder if I would have had the same like reaction to it watching it now if I had seen it for the first time, or like maybe seen it like halfway through, like you said, and then come into it now.
When we started doing CineQuest, the 3 episodes that we did, it was me, Roland, and Jerry. And Jerry was a person who had never seen any of the movies, or had heard nothing about the movies that we did the first 3.
Yeah.
So his take on it was interesting, because this is someone who's already as an adult and watching these ridiculous movies that I saw as a kid. Roland kind of saw those other movies, but I mean, like, it was kind of interesting to see his take.
Yeah, because nostalgia is a hell of a drug, dude. Like it
really
can.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yes. It can skew a lot of viewpoints.
Yeah, that's why I have them to talk about are like on the table, because we have nostalgia for them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good that like some like prefer someone actually come in with brand new eyes to watch this movie, and then that's the reason like fucking Ron, when he saw Blank Man, he just watching it like it's fucking insane.
Oh my god, yeah. I still, yeah. So, Bryce, when I met Ron, like in person for my birthday, dude, like one of the first things I told him, I was like, man, like fuck you still for like hating Blank Man. There's something about that, like that episode I brought up because I'm still bitter about that. Like,
I know.
How can you not like Blank Man?
Okay,
what
so
was that the one? Was that the hip hop one? Would y'all?
No. Oh yeah, so yeah, we met for the hip hop episode. Yeah.
No, but
so
he was on the episode prior, and then we talked about. He mentioned that
when we were on the Blank Man episode, like yeah, Ron didn't like it, and I gave him shit about it on that episode, and then like on one or two other episodes he was on with us, and then when I met him in person, I was like, I'm gonna follow through with this. Fuck you for not liking Blank Man.
Ray, I haven't listened to it, but I'm curious. Like, what were who did you pick for the hip hop episode? Like, what songs did you pick, man?
I don't remember.
I'll go back and listen to it. I'm curious.
Oh, for his fucking hip hop list?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh, that was a pretty fun list. Jamie cheated so hard. Actually, Jamie had a list that was. Jamie had a list that actually should have been on the previous
episode of
Anime Mixtape. Yeah, because we did like basically movie or songs written for movies, soundtracks, but only for those movies.
He was pretty much going with Office Space the whole time.
Nice.
So I just want to bring this episode to a close. Again, we did John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Stay tuned for second part of the Apocalypse Trilogy, The Prince of Darkness, which is also another John Carpenter movie. Bryce has that smug look on his face.
No, honestly, like Daniel, I know you said you wanted to hear my take on it. It's nothing with a lot of insight into it. Just I'll get into like I don't know. When he told me this Apocalypse Trilogy. Anyways, we'll get it. I hope I can be on one of them because I want to go on my tirade about
at least if you Bryce? Can be on In the Mouth of Madness.
Okay, yeah,
right?
Yeah. Like, but for however you feel about the Apocalypse arguments, check out our Thing episode because I was once again sleep deprived and drunk, but I took a bunch of notes about like just cheap little like parallels between the three movies, why I think they hold as a trilogy.
All right, I'll listen to it.
It wasn't really well like put together or whatever. Like I said, I was just like hammered, just like wait a minute.
Well, I'm not to get drunk.
They all have a protagonist that's kind of rational, and then they go nuts.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm not to get drunk, so I can go on like a diatribe about it, man.
We'll do a special one for that, all right? Yeah. And hopefully we can all get together again and participate in that. Word. So let's bring this episode to a close. I'll do a quick.
Stop it.
A quick.
Shut up, Gracie Law.
Advertisement for our stuff after the fact. But so we'll just bring this to a close now because I gotta probably take off right now. My name is Ray.
Bryce.
And then in Washington.
This is Daniel.
And in Elsa.
It's Roland.
All right, so we'll see you all next time for the Prince of Darkness.
Peace
Peace out.